Let me do this real fast. We're going to skip the intro because we thought we was live and we weren't. And
it was frozen on their screen. But now you can see us and hear us, yeah? Okay, now it's fixed on the screen.
And thank you for staying with us.
Pretty choppy.
Yeah, even on this screen, it's like that. But this one looks good. I hope it looks good for y'all out there. Or
is there anything we can do, like with the
maybe?
Hold on one second. We're going to see if we can get a little better quality.
You should touch it anymore. I don't know. We're getting
we change the DPI or something like that, right?
Well, if I touch it again and we go off, is that going to be okay?
Well, they're saying it's blurry.
Let me try something. Let me try this.
Audio doesn't sound choppy, just the video before the cutout. Same now, blurry.
What about if we close that too? And then log.
Log out of this.
Yeah, not just exit out, but log out of it. Okay. All right. Well, let us know real fast if. Thank you again. She said it's choppy before. How are we doing now? Are we? I'm gonna try this one more time over here. Hopefully it doesn't.
I'm gonna go bring the Wi-Fi closer. Is it in here?
It's in the other room. Okay, I think we're looking a little better. So are we looking a little better? Okay. Is that better?
How about the
I think that's a little better.
camera, maybe?
I think we're good. I think we're good.
It's better?
Yeah. Okay. A lot better than a while ago because
a
while ago it was choppy and now we're moving.
All right. But we are going to read the two verses again. They're similar. Psalm 69:22, let their table before them become a snare. May it become a retribution and a trap. And Romans 11:9, David says, let their table be made a snare and a trap, a stumbling block and a retribution to them. And we're going to pray real quick. Lord, thank you for helping us clear up the audio and help us to keep a clear connection. This is important information going out. We thank you for giving us this opportunity. We thank you for the ways that you protect and provide for us. We thank you for the peace that you give us. We pray for those we love that are struggling at this time. And Lord, we never take for granted the seriousness of our platform and of our responsibility. And we thank you for staying with us, for correcting us when we need it, for protecting us, for guiding us, for giving us the proper information, proper verses, for all the ways that you help us behind the scenes when nobody's looking and in front of the camera too, Lord. We pray for just a clear connection tonight, and we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, looks like we're good to go, everybody says. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just had too many things pulling power, and it
Okay.
just all cleared up. So,
We'll run through.
okay.
Just run through.
We're going to run through real fast because we were doing this, but it wasn't even hooked in. But let's just talk about the books that we're going to be talking about tonight, because it's very important that these books are known and shared and learned, because these people, even the people tonight, if they had this information, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
If they applied this information.
And also Bigfoot Gifters, a big book to, I mean, it's a one chapter book, but the information in it, if these people tonight, same thing, if they had this book, they understand what they're getting into and why things are happening. Also monster spotters. If these people that we're talking about tonight, if they had this book, they would understand what they're getting into, and their children, the mother, the father, they would all understand what's going on around them. Also tonight is for fair use, criticism and teaching, and commenting. So this is our Watching Wednesday. So thank you for staying with us. I know it went on. We thought everything was working good, and then it came on. Then it was all glitchy and blurry, but we got it worked out now. Looks good. So let's say hello to everybody.
So welcome everybody into the room. We got Tracker Lorna.
Tracker Lorna.
We
First
have
in the room.
Kelly, who's here on her break.
Oh, Kelly. All right.
We're going to go through them real fast because we're already a little behind.
Mm-hmm.
JR is here.
JR.
Those are our verses for tonight. K is here. Tracker K is here.
All right. Tracker K.
You can skip all those.
Everybody saying hello to each other. Tracker B is here.
Tracker B is here.
All right. War Chief.
Oh, skip that. Where's War Chief? Oh, there he is. Halito, War Chief.
All right.
The rest of these are just everybody saying hi to each other and working out video problems. And we're caught up.
All right. Everybody saying hello to Kelly. All right. So tonight, y'all might get as frustrated or
We have our BS bell.
tidbit upset as much as we did. We were doing other things, but trying to watch the stream as well.
Which we don't really need our pointers tonight. It's a more talking than anything.
Yeah. And we're just going to kind of let this guy talk and say what's going on in his area. But what people do when they have encounters, you got to know who to talk to. And the people that, if you're talking to people who don't know, they are going to get you in trouble. If they're giving you opinions and they don't know, there's so many people out there that don't know, but they're giving opinions. There's some big channels out there giving opinions. There's some smaller channels. There's people who just don't have the information, but they're making opinions with the information that they have. And that would be just like someone saying, what is 2 plus 2 plus, and what's the answer? You know, they might say, well, as far as we know and what we got, it's 4. But, you know, the missing number could be 6.
Yeah.
So if you don't have all the information, and you want to make an opinion, it's not going to be the correct one. You got to start at the beginning. And these people don't have that information.
This is actually our third selection for tonight.
Oh my goodness.
The first one was a good bad example, and but then the second one was even worse. That was going to be someone we'd showcased in the past on the Barb Shupadoop one, but she was with another guy, and he's actually mentioned in this one tonight. But then we found this one, and it just came out yesterday, and it's already got over 20,000 views. And everything he's doing is going to lead people into danger. And he learned about it from
another idiot
that we
was going to do a video over.
Yeah.
2 times.
So the title might, I don't know if the title corrected within on some screens it looked okay, and in others it doesn't. But so it's changed a couple of times, but this one seemed like the best bad example.
Yeah, and
of the 3.
The guy that this guy's going to get information from. First time I seen him, I went, "Oh, that's like a city Indian that doesn't have any knowledge. He can get it and get stories from other natives, but he doesn't have the information, and he's not a traditional Indian. He's not a medicine person. He's like a city Indian kind of person
within his community,
which is not a.
They're going to him for advice, but he's given the wrong advice. He's interpreting things wrong. Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing, but you don't get information from the city Indian who doesn't know about the ceremonies to ask them how a ceremony is done or what they should do or what they should bring. You don't go and ask that one. You go and find the one who has the knowledge. And this one is one that doesn't have the knowledge, doesn't have the information. But people are going to him and asking for help, and he's giving them all the wrong information because he's never been taught about these things. He's learning as he goes. He thinks he's a big guru kind of thing now.
He gets a lot of screen time, invited to a lot of conventions and different things like that as someone to go to in the field. But
those are the ones they want. They want the ones who are going to say, this thing's a good thing, this thing, some are good, some are bad. Those people are the ones who get invited. They don't want the ones who are going to tell you the truth.
Because a lot of people make money off of these, believing that selling the product and believing that these things are good.
And so this guy tonight, he's got the wrong information.
From the other guy we just talked about.
And he is getting himself into some deep stuff. But he's also a person that he needs to be a protector, I guess you would say. He needs to be someone who would take care of his family first before venturing off into the woods or something.
Yeah, but you'll see.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this.
When we ring the bell, it's something that we have an issue with.
Do you have it on computer, TV?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, Flash of Beauty provides us the perfect examples.
And they're beauties. This
man is called Matt Parrish. It came out one day ago and already has 23,000 views.
They're all beauties. The Flash of Beauty group, they're all beauties. They're all special in some way or another. Not really, but they think.
They're all deceived.
Yeah, they're all deceived. So, should I get the lights or shoot?
Did we turn them off last time? You just did a smaller screen on there and it worked okay, I think. Did it? Or no, we had the light from the computer, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to get the light going off and we're going to make some room here so we can back this up. And we're going to Oops. Move this over here. Okay, let's make sure we got this in. Okay.
A little bit crooked.
And we need to get his head more.
It's pretty good. We're just looking at him anyway, except for one part.
Yeah, how's that?
Good.
I mean, do you need it taller? Or it is too tall? Pencil it.
Need a pencil. Got it?
Try this. How's that?
Good.
Good? All right, so let's get a screen here and see if we can. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a guy named Matt Parrish, and we're going to listen to his story and
get more aggravated
bear,
as it goes
yeah,
along.
bear with his trackers, because you're going to find this is just, whoo. Okay, here we go.
And I realize it's not moving. I'm not. And as it looks away, the eyes go from red to an amber color to a solid gold when the light hits the side of the eye. And then it's right back at me. This goes on for at least 5 minutes. And I realize it's not moving. I'm not moving. And I've got a spoonful of bacon grease in my hand. My name is Matt Parrish, and for the last 4.5 years, I've had this Bigfoot phenomenon occurring on my property in Quinault, Washington. Up until that point, I was living in East Texas with my family, and where I worked for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for 13 years, and I ended up leaving that.
East Texas has a lot of activity.
I know exactly the area that he's talking about, and he should have had a lot of activity there.
So this guy is, and you know, he said he works with the police department. Or what did he say?
He's a corrections officer.
Corrections officer.
So probably works for a prison.
So this guy, you know, if you're in East Texas, you're going to have Bigfoot activity. You're going to have walking wolf activity. But this guy is like the majority of everybody. Unless you're a tracker or unless you've been with this channel before, most people just go to work, go home, turn on the vacuum cleaner, turn on the TV, turn on the ACs, ceiling fans, everything that makes noise, and not know what's going on outside their home. Also, they don't know what to look for. These people, like this guy here, doesn't know what to look for, or when he pulled up to this new home, he should have recognized where he was going to be at or what is around. But he doesn't even know, being from East Texas, what structures to look for or where to look for these things. And I guarantee if we went down to East Texas, we would see structures everywhere. We'd know exactly where to look, be able to find prints and get photos of these things.
But at this point, he'd not been taught anything.
He hasn't been taught anything. So now, this is why it's like we're talking about. He should not be giving advice if you're just now getting into this stuff and you're starting from zero, not the beginning, but from your zero as far as no knowledge whatsoever. And of course, all these people are going to have the nice look, the soft voice, all that. Expect that with all these people.
They're all naive, childlike. It's the same consistent pattern in personality types with these people.
Yeah.
That job with rank of lieutenant. We had been coming to Washington for years for vacation, and in 2018 we had a very unique experience on Lake Crescent. It was October 30th. It was actually we were there for my birthday weekend, and we were just getting ready for bed. It's around 11 o'clock at night.
So very close to Halloween or Samhain. And you'll notice he does a lot of gulping and very nervous, almost scared acting.
Mm-hmm.
And this man is a corrections officer, so he should be braver, he should be more aware, and he should be more wary of danger.
It was your typical Pacific Northwest, the gloomy, rainy weather outside all day. We'd been hiking through the rainforest. We were tired. And at 11 o'clock, we were laying down. And as we were laying down, we got the classic, what sounded like a whoop, like a kind of like an Ohio howl. What we later would learn was an Ohio howl. And so, yeah, that really sparked my interest. Me and my wife looked at one another, and I was like, there's no way we just heard what we thought we heard. And so I told her, I said, we got to come back. And so, yeah, that was my first real experience with Bigfoot. Growing up, of course, I heard the stories. My father would tell us things. My grandfather would tell me things. I always thought it was kind of like a fairy tale, kind of a boogeyman type, just to keep kids out of the woods. It wasn't until I was.
And this is also a majority of the people out there.
Yeah.
They don't have the information. So, when someone says that they've seen a Bigfoot or seen something, they would say, oh, this guy's crazy. Where were you? Were you drinking? Were you smoking? Were you, were you tired? They try to find every excuse. And this guy's that guy who would try to debunk somebody from the truth, or he would ridicule them. He would make fun of them, but it's always that way until it happens to you.
And he thought his dad and his grandpa were just warning him so that he'd be a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
In the first grade, when I saw the classic Patterson film, and I realized that, wow, this thing could exist. There's something now in front of me that I can see that's not like a leprechaun, not like unicorns. There's something out there leaving footprints, leaving circumstantial evidence for people to find. And so that really intrigued me. So I was always kind of fascinated growing up over the years. But it wasn't until that incident at Lake Crescent that really piqued my interest, and I had to know more. And so in 2021, when me and my family had the opportunity to move here to Washington State, it was a no-brainer. I love the outdoors. My girls love the outdoors. So that's what we did. We had a fire sale on all of our property. Everybody thought we were completely mad and insane, and loaded up what we could into the Blazer, and off we set for Washington. And we ended up eventually finding a place in Lake Quinault here in Washington State on the Olympic Peninsula. And so Quinault is it's a really beautiful place if you've never ever been there. It's the Quinault Rainforest, home to the Quinault Nation, the Quinault people. And I have dealt with many tribes throughout the Pacific Northwest. And the Quinault people...
You know, that's a weird word to be using for a correctional officer. That he's dealt with, you know. It's not that he's helped or, you know, got to know or something like that, but he used the word dealt. So when people use the word dealt, it's usually not a good communication with the local people, or at least not all of them. He may be he may know a couple of ones that he may not have been rude to, but that's just a funny word for that.
Not saying anything about the other tribes, but the Quinault people really embraced me and my family, and we were actually allowed to live on tribal land in the Quinault reservation. And so it was a really unique experience for me and my wife, and then of course raising our oldest daughter. The little one had not come along yet. That first year, I started working at the lodge there on the lake, and we got a house that they had provided for us. And then
the lodge where he works at gave him a house to work, and he said he got in good standing with the tribe to live on the reservation. That's kind of hard to believe, because reservation land is scarce at best. So it's and if they do, don't think that they like you. You know, a lot of times if there's snakes in the region, you know, they might say, hey, we got a house over there if you want to, just because they don't like you. But this is being dealt with, as far as he said, and I don't know, fishy story.
They said, well, we're not going to provide housing anymore. And so we ended up having to take over from the lease from the landlord, which was totally fine. You know, and now my job wasn't dependent on housing anymore. And so we had a place that was safe, it was secure, and we started noticing weird stuff after about three to 4 months of moving in there.
So was it that safe and secure?
Yeah. And if, like in the Prayers of Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path book, it has the, when it talks about structures, mimics, what to do as far as deterrence around your home, things to look for. But this is, again, a person who doesn't believe anybody else if somebody wants to say Bigfoot. So until it happens to them, and then now they're having to try to convince somebody or let people know that Bigfoots are real, and now people are going to call them crazy. So it's actually weird that he came on the channel here.
The first thing that we noticed was around 11 to 2 at night, we would experience this strange odor, this not really an overpowering stench, but just kind of a gamey odor would drift into the house at night. And so my wife worried that it might be like a bear or something like that. You know, I went out and got floodlights, and I would put floodlights up around the house. And I would be sitting in my recliner at 11 o'clock at night when that smell would start to drift in, and I could see the floodlights pop off. And so I would jump up and run to the window, hoping to see a bear or something, but there would be nothing there ever. And so that was the first year. We would lay in bed, and the house next door to us, which was literally maybe 15 feet, this whole this whole area was kind of abandoned. Like I said, the lodge decided that they weren't going to provide housing anymore for their employees. So most of the employees packed up because they were seasonal employees, and they didn't want to, you know, take over a lease because they.
So, hey, if they had the books or at least had the DVD to look at, they would have went in and looked around, scouted the area first, and said, well, I don't think we'll take the place. There's too much Bigfoot activity here, and there's not enough people here to help secure this. And there's been entire villages that's disappeared. So they're not shy about taking multiple people at one time, and they'll cover those tracks. It usually happens right before winter, around this time. Right before the snow is a dangerous time to be around these creatures, because they're storing for winter, and they want to get as much food as possible, because when that snow falls, those tracks are very visible. So they try to get as much food as they can, so they don't have to come out for a while, and they'll have decayed animals and people that they've caught to fresh animals that they'll keep and feed. So it's like a food rotation kind of scenario. Let's see. War Chief says he loves the bell. Kelly does too. And War Chief said he needs to be a true truth warrior. Yeah.
War Chief says, I almost watched this today, but I passed it up.
Oh, okay.
Kay says, I agree. See predator signs driving on our county and state roads.
Oh, definitely.
Melissa says, hello, Tracker Jerry and E. You two are awesome, but please let the people on the video talk. Well, two things there.
We're not here to
correcting
watch
it point by point.
Yeah, we're not here to watch your video.
We don't want to watch the whole thing and then try to catch up and go back as we have a problem. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of this show. You can always go on Flash of Beauty and watch it beginning to end without interruption. Yeah. But this is the whole purpose of our Watching Wednesdays. Yeah. Also, if you just play it, the whole thing, if you don't interrupt, even though, and we have good reasons for interrupting, but they can do copyright on you. You can only play a small segment at a time before it gets causes an issue.
Yeah, we don't know if you've ever watched the Watching Wednesday with us, but this is what we do.
Lyrical Jazzy says, you're right, Jerry. Plus, even if you're from there, there's a list and it takes forever to get a house on the res.
Sure does.
And
that's why his story sounds a little fishy.
Says, we're watching on the TV, everybody. Hello. Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Tracker Lorna says, hi, Lyrical Jazzy and Holly. And Lyrical says, the point of the video, Melissa, is to point out everything that they're doing wrong. Jerry and Ella do commentary. It's part of the TOS. And saying hello, Lorna.
All right. All right.
We didn't have long-term plans like we did. While we're there, we're in the subdivision pretty much by ourselves. And the house next to us was abandoned, and we would hear at nighttime what sounded like banging on the roof next to us. And so we could never really, we'd get up and we'd look and there'd be nothing there. And I told my wife, I said, well, maybe they left trash in the house or something like that. And it's just wildlife trying to get in to get after some rotten trash or something. So, and that was pretty much it. That first year, there was nothing more that really eventful that took place. Except for one thing. In December, my wife found out that she was pregnant. And so now the pressure's on because this is only a 2-bedroom house. We need a 3-bedroom house. The house next door to us was vacant and it was 3-bedroom. And to be honest with you, I would have burned that house to the ground if I could have, because it had been so trashed out and it had been vacant for so long, it needed a lot of work. We ended up moving in there and fixing it up. We spent a week really making it nice. And we put a lot of effort into that house. And my parents decided that they were going to come up that first week that we were in there. And so I was like, oh, wow, this is great. Here we are, baby house, and now we got to be hostess on top of it. But and I was expecting to have a nicer house for my parents to see. But so they come. We have a great time. That very first night, we're doing a seafood gumbo. My wife and I, being from East Texas, you know, we were craving some good Tex-Mex, some Cajun food, and my wife wanted seafood gumbo, so my stepmom, she started making it because she's an excellent cook. And so we sit out on the porch, we have our seafood gumbo, and we're having a good time. This is the end of June, and around 11 o'clock, we decided to call it quits for the night because we're going to get up the next morning and take my parents out and show them the sights around the peninsula, show them the beaches and the rainforest.
Real quick, seafood gumbo is a lot of the time made outside, so they may have the kettle out there on the porch with the propane burner, so that smell's really going to get out there.
Yeah, so they're ringing the dinner bell.
Yeah.
And they still don't know what's going on around them. They're still making excuses for noises and disturbances because they don't know.
No.
And this happens to so many people who don't look for the information or don't believe people, or you know, they'll watch some of these Bigfoot channels and scoff, and they'll laugh at people, and they'll try to ridicule some of those people and say that, you know, it's AI, or which a lot is, but some of the people who have the correct information. I remember we used to put photos out and video out, and people would say that's AI, and that y'all put this together, and we said no, this is actual photo, actual video.
And there's a lot of people that won't even show their best photos anymore unless they really trust you and you're sitting face to face with them. Then they'll show you it's on their phone, but they're not going to be exposed to that ridicule anymore.
Yeah, there's too many people out there who think they know what these things are, and they're just clueless. And it's just, you know, when you hear the way they talk, you know, they don't know anything about what they're talking about.
If it's not clear, they say it's a blurry photo, too blurry, no good. And if it is clear, they say it's AI or Photoshop.
And it's somebody who doesn't track, somebody who doesn't, you know, get out in the woods and look for information or try to find some kind of evidence. They're usually people laying on the couch, behind a computer somewhere,
reading the misinformation books. And also with the blurs, they're literally, and you'll see that in our book, called blurs. They can appear blurry, hazy, watery haze, like a mirage, like where you just see the outline, or like in the movie Predator, that translucent look, that shimmery look. And they're not always solid looking like your dog.
And also they're so fast, a lot of them are so fast that they're called blurs as well.
Or shadows. They may just look like shadows, silhouettes.
And
Melissa says, I meant no offense either. I love your shows. Thank you, Melissa.
okay.
Jazzy says, YouTube terms of service. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
CT's giving a sad face. How you doing, CT?
CT, good to hear from you. All right.
Everybody's glad to hear from you.
All right.
And cut back up.
Okay.
And everything else that it has to offer. So we lay down and they take our bedroom. Of course, naturally, that's what we do. And it also had a brand new window unit, an air conditioning unit that we had placed in there. So it was a little more comfortable for them, especially being from the South. They're used to air conditioning. And we took my daughter's room, which was right next door, and we just left the window open because it was just fine with us. It wasn't hot at all. So we're sleeping. Around 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife wakes me up and she tells me, she says, Matthew, she says, there's something outside banging around. And
get a fan. Don't sleep with your window open.
And also, man,
corrections officer,
hero.
protector.
If your wife is startled and she says there's something making noise and banging around out there, get up and
That's your job.
go check it out. Make sure your family's safe. Here, if I hear the slightest noise, I go and check it out. I don't care what time of night it is. And we have different sleep schedules because we work almost through the night too. And sometimes right up to the morning. But when we first got to this location, we did have things walking on the roof and making noise outside. So we had to sit. We knew what it was just by the structures and everything around here.
We don't ignore noises.
No, we get up, hit the lights. We didn't leave food out anywhere. We left we left bells and traps and things like that so that if these things hit those bells, we could hear it, and we would hit lights just to let them know that we hear, or we'd beep the car alarm. We'd do things to let these things know that we know you're there, we hear you, and we don't want you here.
If your wife or your child or your mama or your dog is telling you that something is out there, if they are going to the trouble of waking you up, pay attention. Get up, pay attention. And also just common sense, and not to sleep with the door open anymore. The window open. Those days are gone. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's too dangerous now.
I said, yeah. I said, there's a lot of stuff outside banging around.
Yeah, and then he's going to be kind of sarcastic with her.
Yeah, he's being sarcastic to his wife, who was
he aggravates me.
saying there's something out there. And he goes, yeah, there's something out there. There's things out there. And he's kind of laughing and smiling about this, but
while his pregnant wife is saying, danger.
Danger. We got kids. We got people here. And there's something outside. And he probably, knowing him, he probably dumped the juice or the gumbo juice
right
outside.
There at the edge of the woods. Yeah, he's just too lazy to get up is the gist of it. He's going to be a smart aleck instead of getting up and doing what he's supposed to be doing as a protector.
Yeah, this is not a protector of the family.
But he's a protector for a living.
She
drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Wakes me up and she tells me, she says, Matthew, she says, there's something outside banging around. And I said, yeah. I said, there's a lot of stuff outside banging around. It's a rainforest. And she looks at me and she's like, no. She's like,
I'm forgetting to ring the bell. I should have been ringing that bell this whole time.
And he's making fun of it and
mocking her.
That's irritating.
There's someone or something outside the house. And I said, yeah, I imagine there would be. Probably a bear, probably elk, who knows?
She said someone. She said someone or something. And even if it's a bear.
Or an elk, yeah.
Or an
elk.
Up. Get up. Get it away from your family. Get away from your house. Don't lay there like.
Just wishing it, what are you gonna? Did you pull the blankets over your head?
This guy's scared.
That's what I was thinking. He's just scared to go out there. He's trying to make any kind of excuse.
Any excuse not to go.
He even gulps hard every time he talks about these things.
He does, and he's got scared eyes too, just thinking about what he's talking about.
But he's too proud to admit that he's scared.
Yeah, he's trying to play it like he's not, but. You can hear it in his gulping.
Your daddy's there. Go get your daddy. He'll go.
Yeah, go call your daddy. I bet his dad might be scared too.
So I'm kind of a little perturbed that she woke me up, and
he's perturbed that she woke him up.
How dare he?
She's saying there's somebody or something outside, and he's getting upset because she woke him up and is trying to get him.
Nuts.
It is. That guy's not a protector whatsoever.
Starting to lay back down and go back to sleep, and I heard
he was going to.
Oh, now you heard it.
He was going to go back to sleep. He didn't care. He was just mad that somebody woke him up.
Yeah, poor baby.
Oh, what a guy.
So I'm kind of a little perturbed that she woke me up, and I'm starting to lay back down and go back to sleep, and I heard a whistle right at the window, and this was a very.
We talk about the whistles all the time. And for him to admit he was a little perturbed, he was probably a lot perturbed.
Now he's scared,
rude.
perturbed.
Yeah. And now he hears it, so he can't deny it to her. He can't pretend it wasn't there because she knows he heard it too.
Yep. And now he's scared because now he knows that wasn't an elk.
That's a page in our Monster Spotters book and in the Predator Bigfoot about the whistling.
That wasn't a bear. That wasn't a raccoon. Something whistled. Whistled, young man.
Into your open window.
Where your family is.
Clear, distinct whistle. This was not like a bird whistle at all. So now I'm awake. I'm listening, and I'm,
He's petrified. Just say it.
You can't avoid it any longer.
He's scared. He goes, I bet he wants his wife to go check it out.
distinct whistle. This was not like a bird whistle at all. So now I'm awake. I'm listening, and I'm, trying to strain my ears. If this is someone outside my house, I don't want them to know that I'm awake yet. I would like to have the element of surprise if it is.
Well, he sounds tough.
Yeah, that's it.
He sounds tough. Now, but when she's saying there's somebody outside, he's going,
Pretty sure they already heard your wife trying to wake you up
Yeah.
a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're just trying to buy
they
time.
know.
You're just trying to buy time.
He's just trying to find an
They know what to
excuse.
do. Trying to remember where your gun is.
He's trying not to go.
Trying to think of any other kind of thing you can do to avoid it.
So if I don't move, they won't know I'm awake.
Yeah, pull the blankets up over your head.
So if I snore, go back to sleep, or at least shiver underneath the cover, they won't know I'm. So I can get the jump on them.
Yeah.
He ain't going outside.
He ain't getting the jump on anybody.
He ain't gonna get the jump on nobody.
A person. So I'm laying there and I'm listening. Then I can hear what sounds like footsteps walking away from the house.
Like your wife told you about?
Like a bear footsteps?
Somebody walking around out there?
Like a bird footsteps? Maybe it's a raccoon
Or an elk.
footsteps. Probably an elk.
6-foot possum.
A two-legged 6-foot possum, a two-legged 6-foot bear, or
Maybe some of them crawfish are making noise out there.
maybe that elk is walking on 2 feet.
He can't
2
deny
hooves.
it any longer.
You can't deny it. Something's up.
His wife's giving him the dead
And
eye.
I'm struggling. They're getting further away. I lay there a little bit longer. And
Wait a minute. I thought you was going to do the element of surprise on him. You're going to sneak up on him. I can hear him walking
He's
away.
struggling. He's struggling within himself how he can still come out looking like a man.
He said, I'm struggling to hear them.
Hoping they'll go into the woods.
I
Please,
can hear
please,
them
just go
walking
away.
off. But I'm going to stay right here. I bet he don't even get out of bed. He probably laid there till morning.
and I don't hear anything else. It just goes dead silent. And so after about 45 minutes, I nodded back off to sleep.
So he
Yeah.
never even got up.
He never
even
got
up.
up out
Never
of
looked
bed. He's
outside.
laid there, stiff as a
Never even
board.
got up to shut the window.
He didn't do anything.
Or maybe he told his wife, "You shut the window."
He said,
go
I'll
over there,
watch you.
my
I'll watch you.
Pregnant wife, and shut the window.
This guy he laid there and he didn't move for 40-something
A
minutes.
corrections officer. That just blows me away.
That just lets you know he
45 minutes.
worked in the office. He wasn't out on the floor.
Ugh.
Oh, some of those people just irritate me.
And he said it went dead silent. That's also not a good thing.
Hey, you had the element of surprise. Why didn't you
Oh, yeah.
he waited until he couldn't hear it no more and still laid there for 40
And
minutes
then nodded back to sleep.
and then nodded back to sleep after the threat was gone.
And he
And it probably wasn't even
changed
gone.
his jammies.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
After I went back to sleep, nothing else eventful happened. It was
How
fairly,
would you know?
fairly.
Because you was asleep.
Yeah, peaceful night the rest of the night. I get up the next morning.
Peaceful.
I go outside. My father, who just retired, at the time he was still working for the Livingston Police Department in East
Texas. But you would think that his father would have some kind of, but his father, like son, he probably, when people said there's some Bigfoot or something around here, they probably like, oh, these people are crazy. Taking the police report.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he did say that his grandpa and his dad tried to tell him about things that were in East Texas, and he just kind of blew it off.
Well, he didn't say East Texas. He said that they told him stories about it.
Yeah.
He didn't say in East Texas. So,
and
he might have just heard stories, but like father, like son.
Could be.
And you would think that the son would know if the father knew.
Yeah.
But the son doesn't have a clue, and the son would ridicule somebody if they heard that. So he doesn't believe people. So I would say,
area that he's talking about, Livingston, absolutely full of all kinds of cryptids.
So anyone who I bet got that police guy, whatever, to come out, there's probably like, oh, these people are crazy, or they're drinking.
Maybe it was an elk or a bear.
Maybe it's a bear or an elk. Yeah.
Texas. He's the chief of police there. That's a career that he did for 40 years. And he just recently retired from there this past summer. He's out there on the porch, and I can see that he is visibly bothered by something. And so I asked him, I said, how did you sleep last night? And he goes, well, he said, let's talk about that for a minute, son. And I said, he said, well, wait. He said, well, first of all, how did you and your wife sleep? Y'all weren't in your bed. You were in your daughter's bed. How did y'all sleep? I said, we slept pretty decent. I said,
this is, there was that Sykes Jr.
Yeah.
He knew the truth.
Sykes or Spikes?
Spikes. But he left. He took a group out to Bigfoot hunt or track or research, whatever he was doing with them. But he had left them when he had a visual. He defecated on himself, spun out, left those two people there, and took off home. His daddy said, come home, son. And he went home to daddy.
Didn't even tell those people what was out there.
Didn't tell them that they just seen about a 10-foot Bigfoot. He was scared, and so much that, he smelled like that when he was talking with his father. He said,
and daddy didn't tell him, you need to go let them know. He could even laid on his horn and woke him up and let him know at least there's some kind of danger.
He could have
something going on. But no, he ran.
He ran. And he said the same thing when he knew the truth. He said, so how did y'all sleep last night? Anything happen? And they're like, well, the only thing we heard was you tearing out of here and throwing gravel on our tents and everything. And anything else happen out there? Any noises or anything? And then he just made up some kind of live. I had to get to the house. I forgot what lie he told them.
Change my pants.
Yeah, it was. He had to do that for sure. But he had.
And that's actually that is actually like a reaction that's happened to a lot of people that had too close encounters with them. We're not mocking that. Your body does what your body does, but your character is what makes you run and leave the people behind.
And that's what he did. But the next day, he didn't tell them there was a Bigfoot, that he seen a 10-foot Bigfoot or however tall it was. He was just saying, so how did you sleep? Anything happened after I left, or anything happened last night? And they said, well, the only thing that happened that they knew of was you spinning out and you throwing gravel all over us. But he never told them until maybe a week or two later. And these people were
not happy with him.
Yeah.
They felt betrayed, and they should have.
And this guy's father is doing the same thing, trying to get them to say if they've seen a Bigfoot or something. But if not, they're not going to bring it up.
And then years later, the old man, the father, got drug up or down a mountain ridge with his girlfriend in the tent.
Yeah.
And the grown son laughed about it.
Sure did. So this is the same scenario. This guy knows, but he's not going to tell his son. What?
Unless his son says something first.
Yeah. He don't want to sound crazy or.
You know what? I said, this thing did happen at 2 o'clock. And when I mentioned that, he really perked up. And he's like, what happened? And I told him, and he looks over at my stepmother and he goes, yeah, that's around the same time that, you know, we had our thing happen. And I said, what happened to y'all? And he said, well, he said, someone or something came up to your window unit and started banging on it very aggressively.
So, sir, father,
Protector.
you didn't think, yeah, Mr. works for the police department too.
Warrior.
You're right. Daddy's a coward too.
Yeah. Daddy stayed indoors
You
too.
didn't go wake up your son and say, look, something's trying to bang and get in through the air conditioner?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we had
Wow.
a friend where we was doing some scouting and some tracking. He told us that something was trying to pull his air conditioner out and trying to get in that way.
That's happened with Tracker B also.
Yeah, Tracker B also. And that person also told us that he woke up one time and there was a small one in his room and it took off. But they after that, they closed their windows and pulled the shades and bolted the air conditioner unit into the concrete to where it wouldn't come out.
So did Daddy hide under the covers too?
Daddy didn't move at all.
Daddy didn't do anything either. Both of you men should have been up patrolling.
Sure should have.
And so I asked him, I said, have you been around the corner yet? He's like, no, we just walked outside. We just got up, you know, shortly before. And so I said, okay. I said, well, let's go around the corner. So we go around the corner as we come off the porch and we're walking
They
around
waited
the
till
corner.
high noon. They waited till it was bright daylight.
I just came out
And
before
I ain't walking out there till you come out there. You know,
I just came up right before
I ain't
you.
even gonna go by myself in daylight.
Property. The first thing I noticed that was coming from the road was that there were these impressions in the grass. They measured anywhere from 16 to 17 inches. You know, like they were just impressions. They weren't definitive tracks, not toes and heels, nothing like that, just impressions. But they were about 2.5 to 3 feet apart and one directly in front of the other.
So that's what was prowling around, whistling outside your window when your pregnant wife was trying to tell you, get up, I hear something, and you mocked her and you were rude to her.
Then you got scared.
And went back to sleep.
And laid there for 40 minutes.
And she probably laid awake the rest of the night.
He laid there for 40 minutes, didn't move until he knew it was.
And same thing in the other bedroom.
Same.
Stepmother's probably.
Same guy in the,
going, I hear a noise, I hear something.
Something's pulling our air conditioner, trying to pull
and
it out.
Daddy said, oh, it might be an elk or a bear.
Might be a bear. Might be a raccoon.
But I'm not going to go tell, you know, my son or let the other people in the house know there's something prowling around out here. These are corrections officers and police, sheriff, whatever. Oh, good Lord.
Nobody were warriors there. Nobody went to go.
Except maybe the women.
Except maybe the women, yeah. And this guy, even the way he talks, it's just he
gulping and his body language.
He's scared right now.
And they came up along the tree line and they went up to where my bedroom window was, where they were staying. And where that AC unit is, there was a rock, a river stone that was sitting right on top of that AC unit.
And another thing, you got 16 to 17 inch prints. Even if it's not definitive, that's something that's got 16 to 17 inch prints. Two-legged, walking up to your house up to the air conditioner and up to where your children sleep.
Whistling in your windows. Trying
Whistling.
to push in your air conditioner.
And you stayed under covers until you couldn't hear anything else happen. Just like your father did.
And mocked at the people trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And so you could even see in the ground where it had been plucked, because there was an indentation, because it had been embedded into the soil a little bit. And so something had picked that up and used that to bang on that window unit and then just left it there.
Something that's got 16-inch prints. That doesn't sound like anything small.
Sure doesn't.
Wow.
And then it comes back, the impressions circle back up the side of the house to where me and my wife were.
That's actually where you're
sniffing each of you out, where your daughter's room is.
That's actually your daughter's room, not your room. And they didn't know you was in that room. Well, they might have heard you cry. How
many other nights has that window been open when she's sleeping in there?
Yeah, because it went to their room.
Heard you cry. Heard you in there weeping and wailing.
Saying, you go check.
Your wife trying to soothe you and go, it's okay, honey.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it.
me and our unborn baby will take care of it.
Yeah, you lay there under the covers.
Don't fret.
But it went to their regular room and to where the kids' room is. And you got a 2-bedroom house, so your child is in that room by themselves.
No, I think they're in the 3-bedroom.
Oh, but still, they're not sleeping in the room with the child except for this night.
She's probably out in the living room.
What I mean is that's the girl's room.
Gotcha. Right.
So it knows where that girl sleeps.
Yeah. It was standing right there at that window, and then it turns around, makes another circle, goes back to the other window with the window unit along the back side of the house, and then up the other side. And it takes its forearm, it looks like it took its forearm and placed over a window where we had the garbage on the opposite side of the house.
Something else we talk about in our book, your garbage should not be outside. You should store that in the house until it's trash day, until you can haul it out of there. Wash your dirty containers out. Tie everything up in grocery bags. Seal it in old coffee cans. Anything you can, freeze it until it's time to take the trash out. There should be no reason for you to have trash out there to draw any kind of predators, not raccoons even. And so he's got all them scraps from gumbo maybe tossed into there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's looking for the food that you cooked outside, what you spilled outside. It's looking for that food and your food too.
You already know there's bears out there.
So there's a bunch of shrimp peelings and everything like that from the night before.
There you go.
There you go. Jeez,
knowing that there's bears, raccoons, coyotes.
Even that, yeah. And you even said that that same house that, it's probably some kind of animal trying to get in some of the garbage.
Well, you're right. And there's no way anyway, he already knows Bigfoot exists, and there's no way you live in Washington State
and not know
at an Indian reservation and don't know that there's Bigfoots around.
Unless the Indians don't like you, they'll be like, I ain't gonna tell them.
Or that were still in that garbage. But we could see strands of hair in that impression on the window. And it wasn't oily, it wasn't greasy, it was just like wet hair that had been pressed up on the window in the shape of forearm and dried in the morning sun.
Wet because it had been soaking in shrimp grease.
Impressions continued back on down to the road where we lost them. And that's when it occurred to me, I've heard my neighbors tell stories. I've heard stories locally about these things. The natives there call them the Siako, the shy people.
They're not shy, they're cunning and predatory. And so when your wife was telling you about hearing the footsteps, and when you heard the footsteps, those things didn't occur to you then. It wasn't until the next day.
It took him months for something to finally sink in. You're like, oh, maybe those 16-inch two-legged footprints could have been an elk
Whistling outside my window.
whistling.
My daughter's window.
This guy isn't the brightest.
He is
pickle in
not.
the, barrel,
He is
but-
not.
And now he's just saying, now they're shy people. They're coming up to you. They're coming up to your kids' room. They're, going to where you left food out. That's not shy. That's something looking for food. Now, if they were shy, they wouldn't be around your home. There's a whole valley full of food out there.
Absolutely.
They want what you have, or they want
You live right by the peninsula. They can go get fish all day long.
Fish, elk, whatever, deer, bear. But if they're coming to your house, they're looking for you. They're looking for what you have.
The trash can's outside. They ain't looking for trash in your windows.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Why not? It only was a matter of time before we would have our own experiences on our property. And so
What, with baiting them and all?
Yeah, baiting them in. Say, we got food over here. We smell like food. We're going to leave all the food where you can see it. And we're going to leave our windows open.
Let's see. What else can we do
What else can we do to give you access
to
to?
entice you?
the rest of the week goes by. No more events. It was pretty quiet, uneventful. They leave. 3 days go by. On the third day, I get up around 10 o'clock. We're all kind of settling in for the night, getting ready for bed. I get up and I go to the kitchen to get a drink of water. And in the kitchen, like I said, this had been a party house, and so for seasonal workers. And the kitchen window had been busted out, and so I had placed a piece of cardboard up over it.
The kitchen window was busted out. How do you know that was because it was a party house and not because a predator had busted in that window?
Where people
How do you know that?
are in front of that window every day, wash dishes.
Yeah, that's one of the most common places to see them looking in the window is the kitchen window over the sink.
Yeah. Well, they look at every window really, but the kitchen window and even the bathroom window, if you leave that open,
Yep.
they'll come right. And even in the Monster Spotters book, it has the illustration of a Bigfoot looking into the bathroom, and that comes from a true story.
Someone that we personally know.
Or not a story, a reaccount.
Sure, a true account.
A true account of a Bigfoot trying to grab a child. Luckily, the child was a little slippery and wet from the bath.
You reached in the window and tried to snatch him out of the tub.
And luckily, he got free.
In the meantime, while we were waiting on the new window to be ordered, that we had ordered to come in. So while I'm waiting on that, I got this cardboard up there. I take this adhesive, packaging tape around to keep the weather out. As I go in there and I'm getting this drink of water, that thing starts flexing in and out, like something on the other side is pushing on it.
Why did he not already have a board across that? Why did he only have cardboard? He's already had it pushing the AC. He already knows what's out there. He's already seen the tracks. Why would this fool
That's it.
not put boards or something more secure than cardboard? And he's going to act surprised about this?
He's an idiot. He doesn't.
Now, he's already said it's been at least 3 days. He said 3 days he could have boarded that up. It's not like he's trying to let the light in because he's already got cardboard over it.
And they left, but they were still there a couple of days. Then they left. And then there was 3 days after that this happened. So he had all that time to take care of that. This guy's just lazy, right?
Lazy could be a big part of it.
Maybe that You got to secure your house, especially if you got 16-inch prints and something trying to take your AC out.
Absolutely ridiculous.
This guy.
And I can hear the adhesive peeling away from the wall, from the windowsill, as it's pushing, and then it would let go, and it would push, and it would let go. And this was almost rhythmic. You know, this wasn't like wind, like something flapping. There was no storm. This is July now. We've moved into the early part of July, and it's nice and it's dry weather outside. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, how quick can I get to my gun?
No, you weren't. You were thinking, how quick can I get to the covers and get underneath them or lock myself in a closet or outrun the kid? This guy, he wasn't thinking about how quick he could get to his gun.
We say a good rule of thumb is to have your weapon within 10 feet.
Within 10 feet,
No
that's
matter
where
where
it
you
should have
are.
been. Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have to sit here and ponder.
How long? Come on, guy.
Corrections
If this thing is
officer,
trying to come in the house, whatever is on the other side.
whatever.
And around that time, my daughter comes running out of her room, and she runs up to me, and she goes, "I know you're trying to sneak on me." And I said, "Do what?" And she goes, "I know you're trying to sneak on me." I said, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, and I look back over at the window, and it's stopped. It's not moving no more. It's just still. And I said, "What are you?" And she goes, "You're outside my bedroom window talking."
So there's more than one, because this is happening at the same time he's watching that one. And she's got them talking outside her bedroom window.
And even the kid is delusional. Had he come running out of the bedroom and see him standing there and say, "You're outside my window"?
Yeah, right? Because he's taught him to be stupid.
They're all, this whole group. Y'all go back to, I don't know, go live
To
with
make
daddy.
excuses,
Yeah.
like they stretch farther to come up with excuses than just to accept what's going on. And was she not told about the giant footprints and things like that?
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it. Hasn't been said, but I doubt it. Keeping it all to himself. But that is something. Why didn't he say, "How could I be outside your window while I'm standing right
I'm
here?
standing right here.
I'm standing right here." Put two and two together.
And I said, "No, I wasn't." I said, "I've been standing right here the whole time." And she goes, "Yeah, you were out there trying to sound like a Chinese zombie."
Gulp. Gulp.
So these guys, these things are mimicking, trying to talk to her, trying to get her to open that window.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, she can't even put two and two together. And he said, "How could I have done it? I'm standing right here."
Think about it.
She said, "You was outside trying to make these Chinese zombies."
And look, let me tell you something. If I had said something like that to him, that I heard that, he wouldn't be standing there discussing and talking and having a conversation. He'd already have that gun and already be handling it.
Yep.
For that matter, so would I. But
yeah, if
we wouldn't be talking.
we
So
wouldn't be
meanwhile, these
discussing
things
it,
are
trying to. The longer we discuss it, the more time I don't have to go out there, is what he's thinking. He said, "I want to stay right here. Let me discuss about the world events right now.
Let me stand here and gulp."
Yeah, that would happen if Lee Trackery came and said, "There's something out there." Okay, you're gonna hear a shotgun rack, and then we're gonna find some lights and some thermals and some night vision.
All we got to do is cock our head like we're listening to something, and the other one's paying attention. Like, what? You know, you have some snap.
Yeah. I'm already reaching for the.
He's already. How many warnings does he need?
Oh my goodness!
But he's going to stand there and watch it pulsing at the window.
Yeah, the thing's pulsing at the window.
Pulsing at the kitchen window.
And now the kid is saying, "There's something at my window."
He should already been like either outdoors handling it or already there checking on the wife wherever she is and the daughter.
Said, "Let's all get together.
Get here.
Yeah, let's get right
away
here.
From your windows.
Everybody grab a weapon.
Me.
Let's shut everything down. Let's get some lights on." Oh, this guy wants to argue with the child instead of going, make sure this.
Which one's a child?
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's just, this guy's got something pulsing his
And
cardboard
he's standing
window.
there watching it rhythmically.
And this guy, did you just forget that something was just trying to push through that cardboard?
With 2 to 3 foot stride and 16 to 17-inch tracks.
And multiple now.
Yeah, now it's happening around the house.
Now they're all coming in to see you.
And I don't mean anything by that, but her interpretation was that it sounded Asian.
And what'd you do?
It also sounded like a zombie.
What'd
so
you do?
he's, look, he's more afraid of being politically correct
Oh my goodness.
than he is about these predators outside his house.
He is. This guy's just, oh my goodness. Look at this guy.
To clarify that.
So what'd you do?
That was her perception of it. And that's when I realized there must be 2 of these things.
So what'd you do?
What I first thought was just a single individual coming around my house.
So what'd you do?
I no longer thought that. I thought, okay, I have a couple of them now.
So what'd you do?
And so we very
Just a
quickly.
side note, I hate the way he says my house and not our house.
You're right.
That irritates me. But so far, everything's been more about what he needs or thinks or then, I
Yeah.
don't know. He's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's not a family kind of guy. He's like me and mine.
He's not a we person.
He's not a we person. He's a me, mine, I. But what did he do?
Nothing,
He just,
nothing,
all right,
a whole
everybody
bunch
go to
of
bed.
nothing.
Everybody go to bed.
I don't know.
Because it's
But he's
just,
I
gonna.
have a
Is
couple of them.
is this daylight or nighttime?
I think it's nighttime because, yeah, I think it's at 10 o'clock. It was trying to wind down or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Okay.
doing dishes or something.
Yeah.
No. And so we very quickly established some ground rules with our daughter. And
You call that very quickly?
And
How long have you had to talk to her?
that's why I was like, so what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? He goes, we set some ground rules that
Maybe we shouldn't have our windows open.
you should stay in the living room or sleep with the parents because we're all going to sleep together now because it's to
Build a
protect
fort
them.
in the living room.
No, it's because they're scared. Build a fort in the living room. So instead of hitting the lights and shooting some shotguns and
These ground rules, let's hear them. They should have been set way back
yeah.
during the gumbo episode.
But he goes, instead of securing the area,
Yeah.
he's like, okay, we got ground
Here's
rules,
what we're
lady.
gonna do.
Ground rules. Don't you ever. And so he's putting ground rules on the kid instead of taking care of the problem.
I told her, at nighttime she's to keep her window closed at all times.
You didn't already tell her that. You didn't
Oh,
already tell her
my
that when it
goodness.
was whistling outside the window. You're just now doing that. So we didn't talk to her about that at all. And it's her window,
He sure did.
her room, her window.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness. Way to go, Dad.
With our daughter, and told her, at nighttime she's to keep her window closed at all times.
He's
As
scared.
it's getting close to dark, she needs to close her blinds and cover her window, and et cetera, et cetera. When you go out.
That should have been established the day you moved in.
And
That should have been a pattern at the old house and the
Yeah.
house before that. At every house, that should have been a pattern.
Yeah.
But to play, you play while you're being supervised. You don't just go outside on your own, and the tree line is off limits.
He's just now telling her this.
But he's not saying
Let's get
there's
some ground
also
rules.
there's multiple creatures outside of our house every night. 16-inch print, so it's got to be at least 7-8 foot.
Oh yeah, looking
And
in the window,
that's leaving marks on the window. That's it's looking in the
trying
window.
to push in the air conditioner.
It's coming to the open windows and looking
Climbing,
in.
banging on the roof, because
It's
when he looked
push-
next door, he talked about it banging on the roof over there.
It's pushing in the cardboard in the kitchen. It's talking outside the kid's bedroom, trying to coax her. And now he's saying, oh, now we're going to have some ground rules. Your house is surrounded. These things are coming every night, and they're looking for any opening you're going to give them.
And they're very much interested in your daughter.
They sure are.
Completely. We established those ground rules with her and told her that she needed to let us know any time in the future that these things try to communicate and don't attempt to communicate.
It's the first time he said we and us, and so I'm guessing that it was Mother that established those ground rules and said, that's enough. This is enough.
And he also said, don't try to communicate with them. And if they do communicate with them, let them know. So he said, don't communicate with them.
But if you do happen to talk to them,
because these things will try to coax you out, and don't go near that wood line because you can get gone quick.
I just noticed how off, I don't know if it's the angle or not, but how no hair's there, but it ain't like that on that side.
Yeah, he didn't
I don't
know
know
he
if
was
it's
going
an
to
angle.
be on
Now that
camera.
I've seen it, I'm not going to unsee it.
He didn't know he was going to be on camera today. But at least he's saying don't communicate with it. But that's going to come to play a little bit.
Back. Because at the time, we really didn't know what we were dealing with. We didn't know if they were dangerous or if they, were friendly.
They're dangerous. They're predators.
You don't give the benefit of the doubt.
You don't trust a predator.
Something is looking in your windows.
Yeah, what do you think this thing was? It's coming to your house. It's coming to your window. It's looking in. It's trying to push in.
You already have a busted window.
It's trying to get in. If it can find a way in, it's going to try to get in there. And if that child has got that window open, that door open sometime, that's on you.
You just didn't know. I tell my wife, after that incident, I said, we got to try to catch this thing on film. We got to try to get a video of this. I said, dude.
You should have been saying it's time to move. Let's not mess with these things. Leave that to the park ranger or whoever is going to move in here. Let people know there's things out here. There's things around your home testing the boundaries, testing to see if that air conditioner can be pulled out.
Look at it. And Tracker Lorna says, wow. And Jazzy says, wow, what a dad. Geez, sure was making us mad over here. If Dad and Nico weren't asleep, we would be ringing that bell. And she's got to hit the A.
Oh, okay.
So good night. Toodles.
Yeah, good night, Tracker J.
We'll ring the bell extra for you.
Yeah. So good night. And where she says, good night, little warrior.
We still have the Ring camera that we used, our doorbell camera from Texas. And she goes, yeah. And she goes, how are you going to use that? I was like, well, it doesn't mount to anything. I mean, you can mount it wherever you want.
He's just now
it's battery operated. And she's like, oh, okay, so we dig it out of storage and I set it up and I put it on the porch railing facing the tree line where these things have been coming and going from the property. And so the first night I got all kinds of stuff on there, all kinds of hits, and I ended up having to change the settings to where.
So the very first night he put it out there, he's getting that thing going off like crazy. So they're coming every night because he just put it out one night and got hits.
First night.
So they're coming out every night to your house.
Got all kinds of hits.
It was just for a person only. It would only go off if something large passed in front of it.
Okay, these things can be very small too. Don't set it like that. It's better to have it going off and to catch too much than not to catch what you need to.
But it's set for something large, and it's still going off.
2 more nights go by, and then around 3:01 in the morning when I was getting.
Here's at 3 o'clock.
2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's whenever they hear you snoring and they're up at your house listening, they got their ear to the wall listening because they know what room you're in, and they're waiting to hear that snore.
And they're watching for patterns too.
Yeah.
When are you going to sleep? When are you getting up?
Yeah. What time's the light go off and what time's it come on?
They want to know what each person is doing. Kay says, God bless, good rest. I have early morning out the door. Love and hugs.
Yeah, she says she can only be here a little while today.
To everyone. Okay, we'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you soon.
Ready for work. My phone sent me a notification from my Ring system saying that a person had just crossed in front of the camera. And I didn't think anything of it at the time because I was like, I'm awake. I would have heard, something outside. I set it down.
It says a person just crossed over the camera. This is at a time when he's getting up, getting ready for work, and he didn't think anything of it.
At 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was. Somebody or something
didn't want to deal with it.
Just crossed and set the alarm off.
You're about to go to work and leave your pregnant wife.
Yeah, and child.
And you.
And he said, I didn't think nothing of it.
Why didn't you think anything of it? You didn't think at all. You don't think at all.
He don't. He's a punk. He's like, I ain't gonna go deal with that.
See why we say Matt will perish?
He will if these things stay up on him. He said, I didn't think nothing of it.
I didn't think anything of it.
Around 3:40, I had finished getting ready for work, and I was fixing to walk out the door. I said, I'm gonna look at this film real quick, and I look
before he walks out the door. Before he walks out the door.
He said, now I'm gonna look before I go outside, because this thing went off a while ago. Yeah, they're out there,
and I can see what looks like a Sasquatch coming around the corner of my house.
Imagine that. Shocking. Just shocking.
What do you think was setting it off at 3 o'clock in an isolated area?
Leaving 16, 17-inch prints.
You don't have
15,
any, you won't have any burglars with 16 or 17-inch prints running around there. What do you think it is?
Just 40 minutes prior to me going to work, 40 minutes prior to me fixing to walk out the door, and it walks up along the wall, and it's like doing something to the side of the wall. I interpret that it was probably picking bugs or grub, maybe trying to eat them. I don't know.
Who has grubs on their wall?
He's making every excuse in the book. This thing was listening to where you're at, what room you're in. Are the kids still sleeping? Because
it knows you're going to leave soon.
It knows you're about to leave. It's been watching you all this time.
It knows you ain't going to do anything if you are there. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it knows you're not going to come out and be shooting.
It would get grubs. It was looking for grubs. It'd go get them from a log in the woods, not your sighting. Come on.
Come on, guys. But he's making every excuse in the book to not confront.
Yeah, doesn't want to deal with it.
He doesn't want to. He's like, I'm just going to run to my car and I'm gone.
I'm going to go to work.
But what about your kids? Yeah, your wife and kids. He said, see y'all. I'm out.
Keep the doors locked.
He probably drives as fast as he can to work too.
Oh, but when it gets within about 20, 25 feet of the camera, it stops. It looks right at the camera, and then it turns around and walks off.
Because they can see the infrared on the camera.
Yeah. And it knows you're not a threat. They're like, he's not coming out.
I sent that video to a police department to actually be cleaned up to see if we could get a better image, because at that time it was with the ring night vision, it's not that great. And they sent back, when they sent back their analysis and their cleanup of it, that was, wow. You know you have this thing coming around your house, but you're not really sure if you're willing to fully, buy the product yet,
What more does he need?
It's
What?
16-inch prints.
Two of
Try
you
to pull
saw
your
whistling in your window.
AC out at your daughter's window.
You saw it on video for yourself.
It's setting the alarms off. You got video of it.
You're all hearing it. It's talking outside. They are talking outside your daughter's window.
It's going as knows where you're
Pushing in
crashing,
your kitchen window.
and
It
ain't
look,
sinking in
it's
yet.
like everybody else, or like so many other people. If they admit it's out there, they have to change their way of life. They have to change what they're doing. They can't handle it. I've literally had people put their hands over their ears and go, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna find out sooner or later.
Shaking the dust off my sandals and keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak. And when that came back and we could see that face looking back at the camera, that was it. We knew what we were dealing with. And over the course of the 4.5 years, we continued to have reoccurring visits. There were.
I didn't see it that well, but there was something there, for sure.
No specific pattern to the visits.
Yeah. How about every night? How about whenever you're about to go to work? How about the activity there? There's patterns if you look for them.
There was no, like, okay, they come this time. So trying to film them again was extremely difficult. But
He also said between 1 and 3, the most activity. But now he's saying there's no set pattern. He just said there was a pattern.
I immediately upgraded my security system. I went out and spent over $1,000 in Blink home security. The problem with that is where we live is so remote and so rural in Quinault that the Wi-Fi is horrible, so there's a delay. I would constantly get this pattern where something would pass through the property and these cameras would pop off in sequence, but when you go back and look, there'd be nothing there.
He didn't know what he's looking for.
So that was the issue, and I found that.
And that's the thing, a lot of people don't know what to look for.
It could be translucent going through there.
Yeah, or look for the shadows. Look for anything that's not normal.
They will also toss something, or
Yeah,
they'll to set it off.
run game. And if they got fairies with them, those fairies will set those lights off, those motion detectors.
When I tested it myself, I would go and walk through the property. We set up 10 cameras, and that was the headache that I had with that. But I started talking to other researchers. I started reaching out to people for help.
He also
He's
should
a researcher
invest
now?
in yeah.
He's now a researcher.
Other researchers. You should also, like floodlights, motion detector lights, things like that.
Light
Our
it up.
book says all kinds of different things that you can do. And our playlist, it says just the basics, start here. We talk about different things that you can do to deter these things. Have you even bothered moving the trash inside and not putting it out there? Or is your window fixed yet? I don't know.
And we even talked about how these people who don't know anything will go to a conference or they'll find Bigfoot YouTubers and ask them what they should be doing. And most of those idiots out there will say, you should gift it and bring it in closer and try to mind speak and try to get a relation.
That's exactly what happened to me when I was realizing everything that was going on right near this town that he was talking about his dad was from. And I'm just beginning to realize what's going on. And so I start searching locally for any kind of group where I can get any kind of information to learn more. And the first thing they did was give me terrible advice, to gift, to try to do glyphs and communications and all the things. But it didn't take long to realize that's a terrible thing to do, foolish things to do.
Yeah,
So the guy he's fixing to talk about is the one we were talking about earlier. That's the city Indian.
We've done some streams before, and every one of these people who are looking for information, go and find the stupidest people they can find.
The most gullible.
Who's going to give them the wrong information. And they always tell them, you should gift, you should try to mind speak, you should invite them into your home, you should
and let me know how it goes.
They'll always say that. Let us know how it goes, give us a report. If they eat your dogs or kids or yourself, kind of let us know what went on.
Then you probably did something wrong, had bad intentions.
Yeah, if it goes wrong, it was your fault. It wasn't the guy.
By the way, sign this release form.
Yeah, it wasn't the guy who gave you the wrong information. It was your fault. Oh my goodness.
Ideas, and it was actually through this program that I learned.
Through this program,
program or programming.
Yeah, through this Flash of Beauty program, he's looking for information. He goes, and actually through this program is where I found this idiot over here.
For ideas, and it was actually through this program that I learned about Mel Scahan.
Now,
Mel Scahan is the one we almost did the video on tonight.
We wanted
he was giving bad advice.
This is the guy he's talking about. Yeah, that idiot right there. This is one of those city Indians, and you can see he's wearing all this necklace stuff.
You can see the full thing is just a bunch of Bigfoots on medallions.
Yeah, Indians don't wear all this stuff that he's trying to look Indian. But he's got some weird,
we may do it on that one on the next time we do a Watching Wednesday. We may go ahead and do that video.
When I first seen him, this guy Mel. When I first seen him, I said, man, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's getting activity because he's in Bigfoot territory. He just stumbled across some stuff. Now, people ask him for information, and he's as stupid as a rock.
He's the go-to for the reservation. Yeah, in that area.
He doesn't know anything, but he's telling people, "Oh, this is what you should do," and basically, if you do it wrong, it's your fault. They're harmless vegetarians who love to weave flowers and stuff.
And if anything, how did he put it? If anything's, how did he put it? Out of the ordinary, something along those lines. It's probably just those mischievous juveniles.
Yeah,
it's those teenagers.
Yeah, they're just teenagers, juveniles that causing little.
And we don't want to get them in trouble.
Yeah. So that guy Mel Scahan, if you ever hear that name again, he's an idiot.
Don't take advice.
Don't take advice from him, because the advice he will give is what he's about to give this guy.
Or Barb Shoop.
Or Barb Shoop.
And he was one of the very first people that I reached out to for advice on how to deal with these things.
Which was the stupidest thing you could have done. Well, no.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Well, he's done a lot of stupid things.
I was about to say that. I won't say that's the stupidest thing, because you've been doing stupid things all the way through.
All along. But you just blind leading the blind.
Oh my goodness. It doesn't cost Mel anything to give you advice that can get your family killed or harmed or hurt.
No.
That guy's just an idiot.
And so he suggested that we started gifting.
Right.
Yeah, it's nothing to Mel Shoop. Is that his name?
No, Shoop is the woman.
But it's nothing to Mel to give you the wrong information. It's nothing to him. He's telling him, and he just said he told him to start gifting.
Does he look excited about gifting?
Does this guy look like he's intelligent enough?
He look like he's scared the whole time.
He is. And he's not intelligent enough to figure this out on his own. So he's asking idiots like Mel for information. And Mel said, why don't you
gift him? Here's how you do it. And he said, okay.
And if you have read the Bigfoot Gifters book, and I hate telling what's in the book all the time, but Lee Tracker, he said, well, they need to know. So, you know, when you start gifting, that means that you're willing to sacrifice your entire family because you're pulling them in and they want more and they want more and they want more. So you're willing to sacrifice your family, your village, your town, pets, livestock.
That's why we played the opening song twice.
But they didn't get to see that.
Oh, well, we'll play it at the end. Our Predator Bigfoot song for Watching Wednesdays is a learning song. It's a teaching song. Also, it's not just lyrics in a cool sound. It's important lyrics, because when you're doing this, you're inviting these things to your whole community, to the whole area, and you're putting other people in danger too. And it doesn't have to be this week. There will come a time. The opportunity will be there and the restrainer will be lifted, and you're going to regret it.
And leaving your kids or pets outside to a predator, that means that was not cared for because it's not being watched. All animals, coyote pups, you know, cougars, lions, you're going to see those small lions, those small coyotes with their, what do you call them? The parent of the pup. They stay with them because they know other predators are out there. They know that another coyote will eat their pup.
But this guy whose dad's a cop or a sheriff and he's a corrections officer doesn't even, he doesn't even have that instinct, even with that kind of training.
So these things are just waiting for the opportunity. And this guy's giving them invitation after invitation after invitation.
He wants to believe it's safe because he doesn't want to have to deal with.
And if you're talking to these guys like Mel Scoop,
Skahan,
they're flooding your mind with the wrong information.
Because they're getting mind speak and foolishness.
And letting you think that it's okay to feed these things, to bait them in, and to invite them into your family living area.
And they feel very, very special.
They sure do.
And a lot of them are also making a lot of money off their guest appearances on things.
Mm-hmm.
And so he also suggested that I stop trying to trick him with the cameras and I, you know, get him.
So don't put any kind of deterrence up and
don't put any
bring
security
in the bait.
up. Put your guard down.
Even though he's got now, I don't know if the wife's had the baby yet or not, but she's pregnant, or at least was pregnant. She may have had it by now. And then there's also a teenage girl. And Mel's going to say, yeah, bait the predators closer to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy's listening. And so these things were already coming to your house. They're already trying to take your air conditioner out. Talk to your kid. Push in the window. Look through your window. Leaving tracks around your house. Getting caught on the camera. They're already there. and this guy Mel is saying, take your cameras down.
It bothers
It
them.
bothers them, and you don't want them.
You want them to trust you.
You want them to like you and come in and have dinner with your kid. Let your kid play with them out in the woods.
Crack open the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Get rid of the technology and just be myself, be natural, invite them and let them know me and my
Be
family.
yourself,
So
right.
I was
He just said invite them into their family, to where his family is. So if you ever hear that Mel guy out there, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. And
He's
he can get people hurt.
Yep.
be myself, be natural, invite them and let them know me and my family. So I was actually able to convince my wife to keep the kitchen window uncovered.
What? And what do you think these things are going to come? To your kitchen window. That's the only one open.
Convinced his wife.
And she's like, wait.
And she's like, this is stupid. With these things, I don't feel safe like this. But he convinced his wife.
He had to convince her.
She's going to be the one at the kitchen sink the most. Her and the daughter. But he convinced her, no, it's okay. Let's leave that window open. I know what I'm doing.
As long as you do the dishes for the rest of your life there, possibly. But I would still say no.
What else can they see from there? And then most likely her back's to the open window when she's cooking.
Yeah. And that's when they're watching.
And it's the window that's already been broken.
Wow.
You fool.
So that way at nighttime they could see part of our life, not our whole life. But if they were outside, they would be able to see and view what we were doing.
Can y'all believe this stupidity? Like, seriously.
This is stupid.
I can't even make jokes about it. It makes me angry.
I know. That's what we were saying. This will make you upset. Just listen to how stupid and the wrong information and how it's putting this family in jeopardy.
That he's supposed to be in charge of and protecting.
Yeah. And he feels special, I guess, that they're getting activity and they're trying to get them closer. You don't bring predators closer. You don't
literally
bring a
cougar. And training your daughter and your wife not to have their windows covered.
Wow, this guy.
And they would feel safe doing that because we wouldn't be able to see out there and see them in the dark.
It's so much more important that the Bigfoots, these monstrous things of 16, 17, and that's a small one.
Yeah, sure is.
16, 17-inch feet. It's so much more important that they feel safe. Go out into the woods if you don't feel safe here.
Yeah, there's plenty of woods out there. You don't have to come around the house.
We want them to feel safe. We want them to feel safe. That's not. Now he's going to say we.
So stupid.
But he had to convince his wife. Put the pressure on her. Oh, you're such a jerk.
And so that was one of the things that we did on top of the gifting. And I tried several different things. In the beginning, I would try everything from peanut butter in a jar, hoping to get fingerprints. That never worked. I would try different fruits. Some of that never worked. But when I switched to more organic things and got away from the processed stuff, that's when
these things will eat little dabbies. They'll eat sewage. They'll eat chips. They eat anything. They're not into just organic food. This is ridiculous.
This guy's an idiot. The whole thing's just stupid. But you see that the family is in jeopardy because this guy is the one who is convincing them that it's safe.
Begging them to come there.
He has convinced them, yeah.
Started seeing results. I would leave out 10 plums at a time on my gifting table on the side of the house that was closest to the tree line where they traveled the most. And consistently, they would leave 4 behind.
How many people you have in your family?
That's amazing. I'm surprised you can count.
How many people do they have in the family?
4. That's the same thing I thought of earlier because it got out probably, so the baby's probably there.
Yeah.
The daughter and then him and the other.
Yeah. They're saying, we know how many
It
you
must
got.
mean because they love you and you're
And they
special.
wanted to save you some food. No.
Every time that I would leave out the plums. The other thing was I would leave out fresh corn for them, and they would take the corn and they would husk it. They would husk the corn. This corn wasn't shredded. It wasn't ripped apart. It wasn't chewed up. It was just as if you or I was husking the corn and getting it ready to cook.
Because they have opposable thumbs. And they're telling you, hey, husk it for us next time.
Next time
peasant.
I'll husk it. Oh my goodness.
But there'd be this big pile of corn leaves outside anytime that we would do that. And so one night I go out and I kept the same routine. I do the same thing every time.
That's exactly the opposite of what we tell you to do in the Predator Bigfoot book. We tell you do not have patterns as much as you can. And we know that sometimes with school and work, those things are on schedules, but as much as you can, try not to have consistent patterns that make you predictable, because when you are predictable, you are easy prey.
Schedules, routines, and habits. You got to break them, because these things will sit there and watch you. What time you go to the mailbox, what time the kid comes home, what time you put the dog out at night, what time you come home from work, what time you go to work.
Yeah, just the other day, we got a phone call that the young boy got off the school bus and there was a Predator Bigfoot 2 houses down. And that's one of the things we warn about in both books, the first book and the last book. Monster spotters is how the bus stops and you know, watch where they're getting on and off the bus, because those are also potential ambush spots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's routines. A pattern, just like your dog knows what time.
Oh yeah,
the bus is coming.
Maybe your dog knows. Dog be waiting at the window, waiting at the door. It knows these things.
Doing patterns on purpose.
And these things watch constantly. This is not like they just show up, you know, in the afternoon and watch you. These things will take turns.
It's not idle curiosity. They're opportunistic predators, and they're also studying your habits so that they can mimic. And
whenever they know your habits, they can walk around freely, because they know, oh, they won't be out of the house till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
They don't. He goes to work at 4. He leaves everybody in that house by themselves.
Even if I was out fixing to do yard work or something, I would go to the tree line and I would just tell them, I'd say, hey, look, guys, I'm fixing to start weeding. I'm fixing to...
Asking for permission. Asking these demons for permission to mow his own yard and to clean up his own yard.
Be like, this is all I'm going to do. Is it okay if I go through the forest? Is it okay if I mow the lawn? Is it okay? It's all I'm going to do, and then I'm going right back in.
Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Start mowing, doing my thing, and I would never have any problem.
Because they know what you're going to do.
You're easy to pick off later. You're food in the pantry. Your whole little family is food in the pantry.
Yeah, they know exactly when they can take you.
But I kept the same routine with gifting. And when I would go out there, I would often show them what I'm, before I set it down. Not that I feel like they understand.
Then why are you doing it?
Yeah, what's the purpose of doing it?
What's the point?
If you don't think that they understand, oh, I'm here with food, look, I'm here with food.
He doesn't even have courage to admit what he really thinks, or this is one of the least courageous people I've ever seen.
It is.
Or speak English, but I'm more or less projecting my demeanor, and showing them that I'm not a threat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not ringing the bell on that because we agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I think you proved you weren't a threat the first day.
You've been projecting your demeanor the whole time.
From the time that you wouldn't get out of bed and froze and sit there until they left.
Lord have mercy.
Where your wife is saying, there's something outside. Yeah, you're not a threat
And
whatsoever.
you're mocking her.
I'm not here to harm you. I'm just here to
No
have an
doubt.
experience, and I want to learn.
Well, you're not learning.
You don't want an experience.
You think you do.
Nobody wants to have something that close to you.
And so this one particular night, last October, I went outside, and when I went out there, this tree in the corner of the property fell over, and there's no wind.
It took him almost a minute just to say.
He gulped.
He said,
Again.
when I went outside, he looked like he's just about to start
scared.
crying. He said this tree fell over, but he looked like he was about to cry.
Night, last October, I went outside, and when I went out there,
Right here. Cry.
this tree in the corner of the property fell over, and
Fell over.
there was no wind. There's nothing happening. So I walk over.
So he walked over there because he's got this pattern. He's going outside the same time every day.
The tree fell
Gonna go
over.
to his little gifting area.
No wind, so he's gonna go over to it.
There, because sometimes trees just happen to fall. I'm sorry, that it's not always.
It's not always Bigfoot, he's saying. Okay, so let's see where that tree fell.
Bigfoot. But I happened to walk over there just in case, because I'm like, that is kind of weird. There's no wind. And I'm looking and I'm searching, I'm listening, and I'm trying to smell. And I'm getting nothing. So then I pull the stuff out of my bag and I start showing it. And
So he acts like he was just out wandering around, but he was going out to the same gifting spot. He's got his bag of stuff that he's bringing out there in the habit of.
At nighttime.
At night, and they're putting this blind right there. They're knocking this tree down. It's going to become a blind.
We did a stream on what we call So Special or Special. And she had a gifting spot. And she said, oh, look, they made a pretty thing with the tree. They built a structure where her gifting tree or gifting spot was. And she said, oh, look, they bent the tree right here.
They did for me.
Oh, they're doing the same thing with him. Now, where that gifting area is, that's where the bushy part of the tree is going to be. They pushed it over because they're creating a blind, because they know that you're coming out there all the time, and they're just waiting. They're just setting up. They're making a trap.
They have so little fear of you that they're pushing it over in front of you.
And they're putting this in place.
And you think it's because they like you.
They're setting a trap, and they know exactly when you're coming out and what you're doing.
Okay, I brought you this tonight. I got you guys some plums. I got you some bacon grease, a jar of bacon grease that we've been saving up.
He's making these things his idol.
He's giving.
This is no different than offering sacrifices to idols and offerings to false gods.
I wonder if he bows and walks backwards with his hands out in front.
Go ahead. Says, this guy makes me cringe. No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, this is so wrong. It sure is.
Yeah, see no evil, hear no evil.
Mm-hmm. Speak no evil.
Speak no evil.
War Chief says he's a pansy. That's what he is. Bigfoot.
Yeah, he sure is.
And he says, I bet he thinks he can get the Bigfoot to move the tree out of his yard.
I bet so too. This guy's, oh my goodness. So these predators are making a blind. Oh, here we go.
He's contrary.
These things are making a blind right in front of him. They know he's going to come and bring some food to them. They're making a blind at this same moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it still ain't sunk in.
They're thinking it doesn't matter. He's so stupid.
It doesn't matter. He'll think
He's too scared to do anything anyway. It's our pet.
He'll think the tree just falls. It's uprooted itself.
Wow.
And then I go back and I begin to put my gifts out on the table that I had.
Yeah.
Gulp, and he gulps again.
Oh. Yatta Hey is here. Hey.
Hey, Yatta Hey.
Been a while.
Says, every good thing I've ever learned on this subject, I've learned from you guys. Fact. Oh, good.
Oh, thank you, Yatta Hey.
Appreciate that. Leave that one up.
But this guy's, it's a perfect trap for him. What do you think's going to happen, young man? Here we go.
And then that's when I hear just this big, massive something coming up behind me.
Something.
And
It just built
So
a trap for you.
trees in front of him. There's one there, and now there's one behind him too.
One behind him, one in front of him.
At least.
take my headlamp and I look over my shoulder. And when I look behind me, over my shoulder, I'm being looked back at by two big red eyes. And my heart just sank.
Whoa, wow.
Why?
Wow.
Why did it sink?
You're
War Chief
gifted.
knows about the big red eyes. Our book talks about the big red eyes.
You want the encounter. You want the experience.
Begging for it.
You're gifting them. You're bringing them food. You're bringing them.
Apologizing to him, kowtowing to him.
Doing everything. You took the cameras down.
Why are you scared?
Why are you scared?
You saying it's okay for your family to have them looking in your window at your children and your
my
wife
goodness. Yeah, you're letting
against your wife's better judgment.
Oh, my goodness.
I'd be surprised if they're still married.
And this guy, now you're getting close.
That thing you're looking at that you're scared of is what's been looking in your daughter's window.
All this time and every night.
It wasn't that far of a distance. This was the first time being outside of the house that these things had made their presence known in a way to where I could see them, where I could.
Yeah, because you're gifting them. In Bigfoot Gifters book, we talk about that. You want a connection, you want a relationship, you want a mate. These things do too.
You're courting them.
And yeah, you're courting them. You're saying, I can provide for you. Look, I've got plenty of food. I've got tasty things. I've got bacon grease for you. I can provide for you. You're courting them.
And so even if you get out of there and leave, what happens to the next family that moves in there when they come looking for that food and it's not there?
And that guy Mel who told you to do this does not know that that's a courting ritual.
And he's the go-to in his area.
And he's the go-to. That Mel guy's getting a lot of people and putting them in danger. So if you ever hear that Mel Skahan,
don't pay money to see him.
Don't go to that fool's venue. It's going to get people in trouble.
Look them back in the eye.
In dangerous area.
And so that was a very unique experience.
Unique.
He
had to struggle for that word, didn't he?
He can't
soiled himself, and he's unique. He doesn't want to say anything bad. He's even scared to talk bad about him.
He couldn't even get his words thinking about what happened.
First time being outside of the house that these things had made their presence known in a way to where I could see them, where I could look them back in the eye. And so that was a very unique experience. Our whole experience changed that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. This guy, he couldn't even get the words out.
He's going to go with the word unique.
War Chief says, Halito Yatahe, and Tracker Lorna says, Hi Yatahe.
Harder Dixie says, I know about the red-eyed ones. This guy is frustrating. He sure is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being married to that? War Chief says, well, he's been asking for it. He sure has.
He sure has.
Hey, Bernard's here.
Hey, Bernard. Says hello to everyone.
War Chief says, better be careful about what you ask for, Pansy.
Yeah, because he's getting it right now.
Yatahe says, they are the beasts of the earth, as the Bible says. Yep.
They sure are.
Trucker Lorna says, hey, Bernard. And War Chief says, yeah, things just got real, Pansy. Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah. So let's see how he reacts. Does he hug it?
He was gulping and he couldn't get the words out.
Did you put the apple in its hand or the plum in its hand?
Yeah. Did you say, here's the food? Hey, let's play some checkers.
Bow 3 times and
what did you do?
comb its
Everything
hair?
changed because now they feel more comfortable to be a little more exposed. I get.
No. Did he say I guess? No. You're in a mating ritual. They're showing you. They're picking you. One's already picked your daughter. One's picked the baby. And one has picked your wife. That one right there has picked you. It's saying, do you like me? Do you like me? I'll be your mate.
I'll protect you. I'll take care of you until
it's time for me to eat you.
it's all okay until it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changed because now they feel more comfortable to be a little more exposed. I guess.
I
So
guess.
you're no
And
threat.
so I'm standing there, and
He says, I
I
guess.
guess.
Mel
I'm gonna
didn't
make it up
tell
as I
you.
go along.
Mel didn't tell you.
while I'm looking at this thing,
This thing,
The thing, I thought it was
people,
something good. Forest people or whatever. you're saying.
guardians.
Why would you call it a thing? Why would you call it something like that? Now that you see it looking at you out in the open.
Oh, you mean the thing that you said could look in your kitchen window and that's okay, and watch your children playing on the floor, and yeah, okay. Watch
Yeah.
your wife cooking, watch
Now
your
you're-
daughter doing dishes.
Now you're
That
seeing
thing.
what is looking at y'all.
I remember I got my phone and I'm recording, so I recorded all of this interaction, and while I'm watching it, something over in the corner of the property where the tree had fell began busting up branches and tearing up stuff. And I remember that these things often operate in groups of 2 or more. And so a lot of times when throughout the course of the 4 years, when you would start to get close to one, or you thought you were having experience with one, something would start to happen over here that would take your attention away from that one. They don't.
Yeah, that's called being surrounded and
Being
decoys.
surrounded and working in a group or a
A
pack.
gang.
There's always more than one. They'll hunt in groups and troops.
They come in all sizes.
And they love to surround their prey. So while you're looking this way, the other one's right behind you, moving and making his move.
They never seemed to like us knowing, even from inside the house peering out, they never seemed to like us knowing exactly where they were. They would.
Now, why would that be? Why would that be?
And how do you know that they don't like it?
You getting mind speak yet?
They're a predator.
Or you just feeling uncomfortable?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you feeling uncomfortable about this?
Do things to kind of throw us off a little bit. Why they
You throw it off. All
did their
right.
thing and got away. This thing over here is tearing up the brush, and one of the things that I learned about my law enforcement career back in Texas was that the person being the loudest is the person I need to worry about the least. And so but I know he's there. And this thing, I'm looking at it, it's looking back at me, and occasionally it looks over to where,
Get a good look at that eye shine. And this is the small
That's a
one.
small one, and it also looks
Yeah.
pretty far away.
And some of these things are just so small. I mean, don't expect these things to be huge. They got small ones, kind of like spiders riding on the bigger spiders on the back. Whole bunch of small ones. But they eat too. Whenever the predator kills, they still get to eat. So they're with it.
the other one is making all this ruckus. And as it looks away, the eyes go from red to an amber color to solid gold when the light hits the side of the eye. and then it's right back at me. This goes on for at least 5 minutes, and I realize it's not moving, I'm not moving, and I've got a spoonful of bacon grease.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. All of a sudden, that's not a good idea, is it?
Mm-mm.
And he's not moving because he's paralyzed with fear.
He's scared. He ain't moving.
And then a moment of clarity sinks in and he goes, wait, this is
Wait,
stupid.
I'm holding a steak with bacon grease and wrapped in bacon, and they're hungry.
And this is a thing.
This is a thing now.
And I realize it's not moving, I'm not moving, and I've got a spoonful of bacon grease in my hand. And now
What's
I'm
funny?
in between it and its food.
Why should that matter? Why should that matter? They're your friend. You apologize to them. You ask for permission.
Why would you be gifting them?
They're your friend.
Yeah,
aren't
if
they?
you're not afraid of them.
Yeah. You don't mind them watching your wife and your kids.
Yeah, you bring them in closer every day. You're willing to sacrifice your family. Why would you be worried? Because now it's you.
You're drawing them there and then you're leaving at 3:30 in the morning.
But now it's you by yourself.
Oh, that's different.
It's not your family. It's not your kids. It's not your pregnant wife or the new baby. It's you by yourself with these things.
And so I thought, oh, this is not a place I really want to be right now.
Yeah. Imagine that.
But you don't mind them looking at your family.
What's that other guy's name? Mel?
Mel Scahan.
Mel? Yeah, what would he say?
Yeah, what would Mel say?
You better call.
Mel would probably say, why don't you just go out there and shake their hands? They're harmless vegetarians.
Let me rub that bacon grease
They
on
don't
you
even
and let
like
me know how
bacon
it
grease.
goes.
Why'd you give them bacon? They don't like bacon grease.
But they do love bacon grease.
Oh, yeah, they do. But Mel would say they didn't. Mel would say they're vegetarians. They only like plums and lollipops.
And so I ended up setting the stuff down, and I decided to leave. I was like, okay, you can do your thing. I'm out.
You decided.
I'm out.
You decided to leave.
Yeah.
You was petrified, and you was about to break and run.
Your spirit man said, "Gots to go.
Gots to go. It's time for me to roll out. Not today." I know Bigfoot. That's a Bigfoot.
That's a big.
I
know predators. That's a predator.
That's a predator, and that's looking at me. And you're a bigger meal than that little jar of bacon grease.
Wow.
Things are sinking in right about now. Eye to eye, things are sinking in. Yeah, maybe it's not the best idea to be right there.
So I ended up setting the stuff down, and I decided to leave. I was like, okay, you can do your thing.
Yeah.
He dropped it.
He dropped it. He said, I'm out. He said, I'm going to leave it right here on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I'm out of here. I get to the corner of my house, and I look over my shoulder one more time. To the corner of my house from where I was standing was maybe 10 feet. It wasn't very far. I look behind me, and now this thing is only about 15 feet away from me.
So
you wanted their experience.
You got what you wanted. Here's your experience. Yeah.
And what would Mel say? Turn around and give it a hug?
Yeah.
It just wants a hug, man. That's all.
Too bad you didn't have any photos.
Yeah, it's too bad you could. You was ready to break and run about a while ago, and now this thing has followed you, and you didn't even hear it.
No need to bother the wife and children about it. Just, go on to work.
Which means that wasn't the only one. You have one behind you, if not more, and one in front of you.
Yeah.
So your whole police thing saying there's one there, so they're distracting me from the other one. You didn't even use your own advice. Knowing there's one behind me.
He's just
These are the ones distracting
to the house.
So now this thing, you turn around and it's right behind you about 15 feet. What you gonna do with what Mel gave you this information. Mel told you to do this. And so
You convinced your wife it was okay.
you should be safe as a bug in a rug. And yet, that look on your face says it all.
And it's peeking out from behind a tree. And I can see the eyes, I can see the silhouette of the head, I can see the shoulder, and what appears to be the arm and the hand.
And that is true, Tracker Lorna.
Tracker Lorna says his blind side.
Looked over that left shoulder,
Yep.
that left eye.
And that's in the book. War Chief says, Mama told you not to come, Pansy.
Yeah. They said not to go there, boy.
Yep. Yep.
It's hugging this tree, this big fir tree, looking out at me. And it's only about 15 feet away. The crazy thing was,
The crazy thing was,
Crazy thing.
the crazy thing was,
You.
that thing was behind you.
You the crazy thing.
You didn't even know it was there, but it was there while you walked past that tree.
It was behind you.
It was up. Well, no, it turned.
Well, when he walked towards the branch, it was already behind him.
Yeah, it just moved around that tree because you didn't see that movement.
Like a, yep.
never heard it move through the forest. I never heard it move.
Because there's more than one.
That's more than one, idiot.
As
I hate using that word, but come on. Everything you're doing is
I
stupid.
used to hate using that word, but they're getting people in danger.
And they're telling other people, 27,000 people.
23,000 in
23,000.
one day.
And this guy's giving them.
One day.
He's making it sound like it's okay that all this is happening. And it's okay that you're out there at nighttime with bacon grease.
These people
gifted.
watching this going, hey, I hear they like plums and bacon grease.
it closed that distance. And so that's when I booked it. I just, I got out of there.
It's funny. It's funny. Just
He
like when that
broke and
guy's
ran.
dad got pulled up a mountain, down a mountain ridge. Funny. Haha.
He's making like, oh, I just ran. It was,
It's funny now, ain't it?
No, you was
Terrified.
terrified and you broke and ran. That's, you were scared anyway, all the way through that whole thing. But now you're on TV saying, I would, you know, I just ran. No, you broke and ran.
You shouldn't have run anyway.
Once you seen it, you took off running. Yeah, now you're prey. And you're not going to outrun these things unless they, you know, you're the gifter.
Did you pray at any of this time, or?
And that one that was closest to you may not have been the one
Excuse me.
that called dibs on you. So the other one could have taken you, but this one couldn't.
He's skedaddled. I hauled Jill into the house fast.
Skedaddled, he said.
Skedaddled. Yeah,
No.
he's trying to make it sound cute and silly and
Like
all.
he
It was
just
just a
kind of,
thing.
like he just kind of barely ran.
It was just mischievous. Yeah, he
This-
just skedaddled.
This guy was falling over himself, crying, screaming, "Open the door! Open the door!" He was making his way as quick as he
He
could.
sure was. And he wasn't far from the house.
Nope, but he was in a dead run.
Still smelling like bacon grease.
And War Chief says, "Is it just me or is his beard lopsided?"
It is. It's it is. That's what I noticed earlier.
Chocolate says, "Yup." And you can look on the screen right now. He's only got, I mean,
It's
like
like it's bald in one patch.
it is.
So, I mean, if it is, just go ahead and shave that other little patch down and make them even.
Might as well.
Sir, we'd appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Everybody would.
Thank you.
And I ran in the house, and my wife's like, "What happened to you?" And I'm huffing and puffing, and
Huffing and
I was like,
puffing.
Huffing and puffing is
He
not a
ran
skedaddle.
across the yard, huffing and puffing.
That's not a skedaddle. That's a,
And he looks terrified when he comes in the door because she's saying, "What happened to you?"
yeah.
Not what's wrong. She's like, "What happened to you? You just..."
Slamming the door, locking it, rolling down, getting down on the ground, low crawling.
And she's like, "Oh, you mean the thing that you told me it's okay to leave the kitchen window open?"
Oh, and it's looking
Oh.
at you in the kitchen window right now.
Mm,
They're at that window looking at you right now.
one of them is.
or your kid?
It's out there right now, you know. And she was like, wow, that would.
You have multiple around you. You even said
You already
that.
knew there's more than one.
And now you're saying that there's one. It is out there.
It's just, it blew her mind away.
It blew your mind away. You're saying now it's one when you seen multiple or
You
heard
ain't even
multiple.
telling her the truth.
Your mind is not right now. You're petrified.
Blew her mind away because she's going, wow, I can't believe I let this idiot talk me into so many
your
things.
mind away, idiot.
So, like I said, that event really changed things a lot, kind of escalated things on the property.
So now they've just got free reign. They know you're a coward. They know you're going to run.
They sure do.
They've
You're not going to protect your
threshold
family.
completely broken.
And you're a gifter. You've already broken that.
They know you're useless as a protector for that family.
Sure are. They know you will leave your family at night and run if you see them. Wow.
Not in a harmful way. These things, I just want to clarify that, you know, in the beginning, yes, it was scary. Like I said, we didn't know what we were dealing with. But as time went on and the visits came, I learned that if these things meant harm, they could have definitely done harm. I was out.
We get so tired of hearing that.
Everybody says that if these things wanted to take us, and we got neighbors who told us this face to face, and they're petrified. They close their doors, everything.
Grandchildren won't come visit anymore. Grown children won't come visit.
People have moved away from that area.
Always called the cops so many times that they barely respond. Pets missing, dogs hit with rocks, standing out there swinging a club, literally laid eyes on them.
And they said that these things, if they wanted to hurt us or take us, they could do it at any time.
That's something you're fooling yourself. You're telling yourself that.
Sure are.
They're alone many times going to work at 3 a.m, walking to my truck, and they could have got me. My girls were home alone sometimes after I would go to work, and it was just them. And if they wanted to do something, they definitely could have, but they never did.
Wasn't the time yet, and now you've moved. But you set it up for the next family.
Sure did.
Why'd you move?
And they're opportunists. And when your girls were home alone, they were locked inside with the windows down.
No, you bet they were.
And I bet they weren't making noise either.
Yeah.
They was probably sitting in one spot waiting for you to get home while you left them there.
We would lay in bed at night. Like I said, we had that window unit where in the room, in our bedroom. And on each side of the window unit, you have this the stretchy plastic thing, you know, to kind of help fill the gap, to keep the weather out. And so at nighttime, around 2 a.m, often we would start to hear what sounded like fingernails or something running along that plastic. And so that was really, I would lay there and my wife would be like, "Are you hearing this?" I'm like,
really disconcerting.
He said, "I would lay
frightening."
there."
Yeah, he'd lay there. And his wife's like, "Are you going to do something?"
He's like, "You don't hear that?" He said, "No."
Feeding off that fear energy.
He said, "I don't hear nothing."
Letting you know they're still around.
He's like, "Why are you bothering me? I don't hear nothing." Yeah, of course he heard it.
Are you still mocking
If your
her?
wife could hear it, you heard it. And you're laying there.
And in an hour and a half, you're going to leave and go to work.
And you're laying there doing nothing about it.
"Yeah, but what do you want to do about it? You know?"
What does she want to do about it?
He goes, "You know."
Oh, you are the weakest man.
He said, "So what do you want to do about it?"
Oh.
You're feeding them. You're bringing them in. You're gifting them because this male guy said to do this.
And he's smiling.
And now you're petrified and you're saying, "We can't do anything." But they're okay and they're friendly.
And what does she want to do about it?
Yeah.
She wants to move.
You saw the video, I saw the same. What are we going to do? And she was 8 months pregnant at the.
Oh, so she hadn't even had it yet.
She's more of a man than you
woman,
are.
That poor woman.
She's more of a man than this guy is.
Think of those stress hormones in her baby too.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the video, I saw the same. What are we going to do? And she was 8 months pregnant at this point, and she goes, I've had enough. I've had enough. I can't sleep. It's hot.
You didn't see that coming? That poor woman has been stressed this whole pregnancy.
She probably said, it's time to go. I'm going without you. Actually, matter of fact, I'm going without you.
You're bringing them here.
You can stay here all you
stay
want.
Here. We'll be fine. We're moving back.
Yeah, we're going back to wherever we can.
Anywhere.
That's got a city and
anywhere but
lots. Here. We ain't staying here with you. Not with you, protector.
She's like, I got to go to town and get some cigarettes.
Yeah, and a bottle of whiskey.
See you later.
Come on, kid.
And it's racking its fingers across. Well, now it's starting to push that piece in.
It's messing with your
I think
head.
it was just amused with the sound of the plastic.
You do, huh?
Yeah, that's it. It's amused with your fear pheromones.
It was pushing in like it did the kitchen thing. It was testing to see how long it would take to pop that out.
But it popped it out, and she said, you better do something.
You better do something.
Get up, man. Do something.
It's like, well, I don't got to go to work for another hour.
He's like, what do you want me to do? I'm scared. I'm under covers. I ain't moving. He's still laying in bed. Well, all this is going on. Things are getting popped out, and she's
knowing, even if you don't admit it, that it's all his fault.
It is his fault. That Mel Scahan, that's his fault too. All this is terrorizing their family, and he's a punk.
You know, the babies that are in the womb when the
they
mother's
get that
under
trauma.
a lot of stress. That affects them. That affects their temperament later, because that fear goes into their little bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm not doing nothing. It's
oh, you scumbag!
He said, I'm not doing nothing. That thing's 10 foot tall. I ain't. No.
Smiling. Oh, what an awful husband! What an
and
awful,
you're feeding
awful
these things, bringing it closer
husband
to the
and father.
house.
Oh my goodness!
You're bringing it to your wife. You're bringing it to your kids.
Mocked him from. Oh my goodness!
You're
Put
going
them
out
in
there,
this position.
giving them gifts so they come in. You took off all the security cameras to keep them away. Took down the lights. Now these things are trying to get into your home.
You can see why you said, I don't think they liked him back in the beginning when they said at first he had free rent, and then they're like, nah.
Yeah.
You got to pay. You can see why. He's lazy, he's cowardly, he's childish, he's dumb.
Yep.
Foolhardy.
Mm-hmm. Where Chief says, yeah, he had to go change his underwear. Yeah, he ran in there, and I guarantee he had to.
War Chief says, I guess that I need to go give them a dozen apples and they'll leave us alone, said the idiot, right?
Yeah.
War Chief says, grow a pair, pansy.
He needs to.
Hardy Dixie says, hi, Tracker Lorna. And she says, yeah, I would have took care of things myself and he would be gone, poor woman. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting. How was this guy a peace officer? Or a, what do you call it?
I guarantee he's an office worker. He wasn't on the floor. But he's saying, he said, I ain't going to do anything. That thing's 10 foot tall. What are you going to do? He's crying.
There's more than one.
He's saying, I'm not going to do nothing.
He's telling her, I ain't doing nothing.
But you're the one that
your
brought him.
wife is 8 months pregnant.
He's the one that brought him to the family. Let them in as close as.
Begged him to come.
You're sacrificing your family.
Got a little girl sleeping in the other room.
Where's she at?
but it popped it out. And she said, "You better do something." And I said, I'm not doing nothing. It's 10 foot tall. And I don't think I have a weapon in this house that would be able to do anything anyways. She throws off the blanket. She jumps up and she goes over to the window and she throws open the window. And she said, da, 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 da. You know, she yells some obscenities. And then next thing I know, this woman who I've seen always scared my whole life, timid, not scared, but a timid, shy, quiet woman, she hauls off. And I said, "Where are you going?" She's like, "I see it. It's going to the next room." So she runs into the next room, throws up, "You keep going. You get off this property." Da, 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 da. I'm like,
So she's saying, "Oh, he makes me want to vomit." This is one of the most disgusting, poor excuses for a man I've ever seen.
He sure is.
And he's acting just like he's so frustrated. Like, what is she doing?
And like it's embarrassing.
She's protecting your family. Yeah, like that's a bad thing. She's the only one with the courage to do something about it because she knows the family has to be protected and it's enough. And you're going to lay there and smile. Like, oh, I bet this episode made her furious.
Oh my goodness.
You're a poor example.
He sure
Poor
is.
example.
That's not a man at all. That's just a big kid that's too scared to do anything about anything. He said, "I'm not going to do anything." And she got up. She said, I can't take it anymore.
She's like, "I'm fixing to be here with a newborn baby.
And you know how much stress she had?
You're leaving every night at 3:30 in the morning.
Leaving them with those predators that you feed
after you
every
go
night.
feed them.
After you feed them.
Wow.
And now she had to have so much stress to say, "I can't take it anymore."
Poor woman.
Room. So she runs into the next room, throws up, "You keep going. You get off this property." Da, 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 da. I'm like,
what you should have been doing.
And so I said, "Well, that's great. You just pissed it off. We'll probably."
You. Oh, help me, keep me, Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
So he's going to chastise her now. But he's afraid it's not being appeased. Now, but now he's afraid it's going to be mad.
But now he's got a loophole.
Moly.
Now he's got a loophole to say
it's her fault.
If anything happens now, it's your fault.
Your fault. You stirred it up.
You did it. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
Good grief.
That is a sorry excuse for a person, but a sorry excuse for a man too. That's not even a man. That's not a man right there.
No way.
And so I said, "Well, that's great. You just pissed it off. We'll probably never see it again." And
what?
Because I was actually amused by our interactions.
No, you weren't.
Were you?
No, you want us to back this up?
Amused?
You want us to back this up?
It's a big joke to you.
Where you ran and broke and ran
Were you
and come
amused
slamming
at
into
your wife's fear?
And you laid there petrified every time. Oh, this thing's about to come inside the house, and you're amused at that? No, you're scared.
You scumbag. I can't believe he's so shameless. He's admitting this he ain't even trying to make himself look better.
He ain't.
And if he is, good grief, how bad was he?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
And he's going to act superior to her. Like, oh no. He's absolutely sacrificing his family. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Not one bit. He's just so, oh my goodness. Okay.
I enjoyed it, because it kind of validated that there is something out there. There's something happening that's real, and I wanted to know more. And
there's something in your house that's real, and it's called your family, and it's your responsibility to take care of them.
And those predators are hunting your family. They're trying to get in.
You should be the spiritual leader of your home, the physical leader of your home, the protector, you go make a few bucks. Okay, great. You're not a protector. You're not a teacher. You're a poor example of one.
Sure
Oh,
ain't a man. Sure ain't a man.
I'm glad he's not in the same room.
Me too. He's that kind of guy you would say, you got to go, man.
Go play your video games.
Yeah, go eat some chips.
Whatever it is that he does.
Yeah, whatever you
know,
do.
But
we're about to go to war. You need to go somewhere. You need to go in there and start cooking, or do whatever you do. I don't know what you do. You're not part of the war team, so.
We have a very unique opportunity, and we're very blessed. We're at
What?
This is blessed.
You
being scared and having to run to your house is blessed.
And an 8-month pregnant woman who has to.
She's terrified.
She said, "That's it. I can't take it anymore." That's not being blessed. Where your children.
And you said she's like, it sounds like a very mild-mannered, sweet. Good Lord, must be the most patient woman on the planet.
Putting up with this guy.
You forced her hand. She's like, if I don't protect this family, no one will.
Yeah.
Live. I don't think that these things were visiting us because we're special.
Yeah, agree.
Oh, but you
Agree.
feel like you are. I guarantee it. No,
it's ego tripping.
They're coming to eat. You fed them. They're coming to see what else you got. They're not just happy with the bacon grease. What's in the fridge?
It'll increase.
Yeah.
Wait till you have that little baby.
And more and more.
We just happen to be in a special location.
No,
because
you just happen to be an idiot. These things are everywhere. You're just the idiot trying to feed them and bring them in to your family.
We lived at the mouth of the Quinault River, and there's a salmon hatchery right there. And then right across the street in my front yard, there's freshwater clams from the lake.
Okay, so they don't need your
elk
food.
That would always come up in our backyard.
So why you gifted?
They don't need your food.
They got all that food. Why did they need you gifted? Why did Mel tell you that? Mel should be whipped.
Elk that were all throughout the woods around our house. Deer. We were plopped down right in the middle of a buffet for them.
Yeah, and you're feeding them, and you're also taking food from your family's budget to feed these things.
And you're letting them know your food too.
You doing this every night? How often you gifting?
There we go. Oh,
War Chief says divorce. I hear that.
Yeah, that woman should have left him a long time ago.
Heart of Dixie says, it amazes me how you see more women taking care of things like this now than you do men. Yeah, they're forced to.
Yeah.
Not because they want to.
Mm-hmm.
She says, exactly, War Chief. JR says, he's had how many months to obtain at least a used Remington 870 for a weapon? Yes, and he's a corrections officer. He's had weapons training.
Yeah.
War Chief says, mamas, don't let your boys grow up to be like him. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
War Chief says, Nofke, can you imagine this pansy looking out for your six?
Not fee.
Not feasting. Sorry.
Sure couldn't. I wouldn't have that guy. I'm like, no. You ain't going with us.
Trucker Lorna says, they want you. They will eat you.
They sure will. And this guy's offering his family up, and
wonder if they have any
they're so
pets.
stressed out. They're saying, I can't take it anymore.
And then he could put her into early labor.
Yeah, stressing that baby.
And then we were the only ones with children on top of that.
Oh, well. Wow. Back that up, please.
About right in the middle of a buffet for them. And then we were the only ones with children on top of that.
Do you hear what you said? Do you hear yourself?
Do you understand what you're saying?
Do you hear yourself?
What is wrong with this guy? And 23,000 views.
23,000 views
of
of
wrong
people taking
information.
and going, oh yeah, it's okay. His silly wife, she just overreacted. She's dramatic.
Yeah.
We're the only ones with a daughter. There are a lot of houses around the lake but there's only about maybe 30 people that live out there year round. If you look at it, it'll say 190 something residents, but most of those are Airbnbs or vacation spots. The rest of the year, it's just the 30 of us. And then in my particular spot, there was only about 6 or 7 of us that live there year round. So it's a very isolated community. It's except for summertime. Summertime, we're slam jam full. You know, you'd think it's Disney World, but besides those 3 months, there's nobody there. It's quiet. So yeah, we had that happen, and these things, they just continued to escalate over the period of the 4.5 years.
I thought he said it wasn't that bad. Now he's saying it's escalating.
Escalate. But he thinks that escalation's, he's pretending he thinks that escalation is a good thing.
No, he's saying it's escalating.
He didn't want to let down Mel.
4.5 years. So that means there was a time limit. So he's out. He ain't there no more.
That we were there. There's one event I didn't tell you that I could tell you on camera. I go into that now.
That was odd. That I could tell you
so
on camera.
One night, while we had an open floor plan in the house.
Yeah, because he went from.
Why did he say that I could tell you on camera?
Well, he said it started to escalate, and then it cut.
So this show is all about how a flash of beauty.
How good is they
It's
are.
all, yes, it's all spiritual, airy, fairy.
Because they cut out a lot right there.
But he can tell him this one because it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I can tell you this one on camera. But the other part, they said, cut, whoa. What do you mean? Trying to
can't talk
break
about
into
that.
your house. What do you mean?
Can't talk about that.
He goes, no, we can't have that. So anything else? He goes, well, I can tell you this on camera.
Yeah, that was weird.
They cut some things that happened.
Yeah, to escalate over the period of the 4.5 years that we were there.
It's escalating.
There's one event I didn't tell you that I could tell you on camera. I go into that now.
Everything else
I can't believe that the editing didn't take that out.
Everything else was a smooth kind of, like, let's just listen to him.
Yeah.
And that was a clear cut. That was a clear, hold on.
So yeah, we had that happen.
We can't put that on.
And these things, they just continued to escalate over the period of the 4.5 years that we were there.
And cut.
There's one event I didn't tell you that.
They said, yeah, we can't have that. So he actually told them this. They said, okay, we can use that.
Yeah. So
tell us again and make sure you say this, okay?
I could tell you on camera. I go into that now. So one night, while we had an open floor plan in the house for the most part, it was kind of an L shaped. And so I'm sitting by the front door, and if I'm sitting by the front door, I can look straight into my kitchen, and I can look to my right, and I can see the entire living room, and the TV would be right here in the corner. So I'm sitting there, and I'm watching TV, and my daughter is in the kitchen. She's doing her dishes as part of her nightly chore. And
whoa.
At the kitchen window where you insist that it be
the open window?
Yeah. Yeah. That one?
Where these things come and watch y'all every night?
Yeah. And so now she's got that pattern. And there's nothing wrong with her doing the dishes, but you've made it to where she's exposed.
And gave a pattern to these creatures to know that young one is going to be right there at this time.
Can you imagine how nervous she would be? She would feel it.
And you know she's saying these things to her something.
Doesn't do any good to tell him.
You sure don't.
The kitchen window is in front of her. And
the one you left open for them to look.
The one that had previously been broken into?
At this point, the kitchen window had been replaced. And like I said, I convinced my wife to allow us to keep the one window uncovered.
I can't believe he admitted that.
Because of Mel Griffin, whoever it is. Mel. Scahan,
Yeah.
that guy.
They're unobstructed, no blinds, no nothing. So that way these things could learn that we're not a threat.
Where you're at, what time your
Look,
patterns
he's got to
are.
close his eyes because he knows it ain't right what he's saying. He
Yeah.
knows he ain't
His
right.
body's doing.
There's got to be some part of him that feels shame.
Gotta be.
And I look in there and I look over at my daughter, and normally this window is at nighttime, it is a black glossy shine on it. You can't see anything out of it. It's just pure blackness. And so I look over at her, and I'm not sure.
I hate being in front of a window, and this is long before Bigfoot. Being in front of a window at night and exposed like that where things could look in. People, predators, any kind of thing. That's just common sense. You don't do that. You don't expose yourself in the light, put a spotlight on you, and blind yourself. Good grief.
But I have this feeling, I'm like, something's not right. Like when you have a roommate or a spouse and you go in and they move something in your house, but you just don't quite know what it is that they did, but something's different. And so that's the feeling that I was having when I was looking at her. And I kept looking at the window and I was like, something's not right. I can't place it. So I told her, I said, hey, love, I said, if you want to stop doing your dishes and you want to go, I'll finish them up for you. And so she, like any typical kid getting out of their chores, she was happy as could be. She started bouncing off. Well, yeah, cool, And
yeah,
so
she's
the
like,
minute she
I'm
did
scared.
that,
I feel it too.
the window, it was while she was standing there, it was a smoky gray color. The whole window was. But as she turned around and left, something outside had moved away from the window, and it went back to that black glossy shine.
Is this gonna go ahead to her window?
That thing was right at the window, looking right at her.
She sensed it. She had to sense it, but she's got to get her chores done. So when he said he would finish that up, he sensed it too. He knew there was something wrong.
If that thing would have reached through that window and grabbed her, he would have blamed it on her. But that thing was standing right there, right in front of her, watching her.
Like it did every night.
Staring directly at her. Licking his chops.
And so I was like, whatever this was, it took up the entire window.
You mean what's a 16?
I mean, it's huge.
16-foot prints, the ones that you've seen
16-inch, yeah.
behind the trees and all that. Now you're saying something huge. They're all huge.
Imagine that.
And that window was about 5 feet tall and about 4 feet wide, and it was about 6 feet off the ground. So whatever was out there was considerably large.
So that's at least 11 feet to block the whole window.
Yep. And it was watching your child.
That you're responsible for.
Well, you were watching TV.
And
Dad.
Around 2 in the morning, a lot of our stuff happened about 2.
You said
so he just skipped right over that, didn't he?
Yeah, and he said that there was no patterns. Now he's saying everything happened around 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Roughly. May have been 1:30, but right around that time frame, early morning, we were all woken up because something had impacted the backside of the house where I was sleeping, and it was loud and it just shook the house. And so the next morning I get up and I go outside and I find about 12 feet away, I find a set of tracks where
he's making
in front of the kitchen window where
he's making big hands like it's like I've seen tracks like And outside by that kitchen window again.
I find a set of tracks where in front of the kitchen window where my daughter had been doing her dishes. And so that kind of reaffirmed that, yeah, this thing was standing right outside the window about 12 feet away, and that's why it caused that smoky gray look. But when I went a little bit further down the back side of the house to try to figure out what impacted it, I had the side of the house has shingles on it, wooden shingles, and one of the wooden shingles was busted, and there was a rock, a good size, tennis ball sized rock that had impacted the back of the house where that shingle was busted. What was interesting was it was right where my head was, where I sleep.
What should that tell you?
Come on, guy.
This is the escalation he's talking about, but that's as far as they'll let him get.
Yeah, they cut some important things out. And it's gonna.
They're getting more aggressive, getting bolder.
That's where he sleeps, and they know it. They hear that snoring. They know exactly where you're at, where your head is.
And in the bed. And so I was like, okay, I took away his entertainment. He got mad, threw a rock, and busted the shingle.
What entertainment? Your daughter?
Mm.
Your daughter's their entertainment.
Entertainment.
That's what they're focused on.
Threw a rock hard. Oh, wow.
To break the shingles.
They're mad because they were. Wow. Wow.
You took your daughter away from them.
You were a useless.
I don't want to cuss, so I can't say what I
caretaker.
think he is.
Or she, whichever individual it was out there. But over the course of this 4.5 years, we had 3 different sets of tracks show up on the property. And the one most frequent that would appear was a 15-inch track. And that's the night that I told you when I went out to feed and it was looking back at me and I was looking at it. The next morning, I had actually went outside and went back down in there just to see what I could find. And I actually found a 15-inch track with toes and everything. And it was pretty incredible. And once you get down into that area also, it's kind of a boggy marsh area. So there's no trees or anything right there. And measuring the video, because it kind of drops down, we actually did a reenactment with a group that came out to look at it. And we determined that the height of the creature in the video based off the eye shine and where it was at was roughly around 7.5 feet,
That's
give or take.
Small.
Yeah, that's a small one.
You already know the one at your kitchen window was at least, what we say, 11 feet tall. And if you're saying that it was 12 feet away from there, that would mean it was even taller than that for it to block the entire window.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Total denial. Just an idiot that, his whole family, I hope they're, they moved. Because he said a 4.5 year deal. So they moved.
They're at the end of that 4.5 years.
I guarantee it was his wife saying, I'm done.
I'm not going to be here.
I'm taking
with
the
a
kid.
little baby.
Whether you go or not, I'm out. You can stay if you want and have fun feeding your friends,
monsters.
Your monsters that are bigger and stronger. And
because if it hit right where his head laid, it hit also right where her head laid.
From a 4.5 year experience, one thing that I would tell people if they encounter these things is to have an open mind.
You refuse to believe that they're predators.
Yep, definitely.
You don't need to be giving anybody advice.
No, and actually, let's not even hear his advice.
Yeah, it's all terrible advice.
Yeah. So we're not going to listen to
not going to give him that.
What this guy's going to say.
It just as stupid as everything else he said.
We'll just put on one line.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
We're going to turn this camera back around.
War Chief says, this man has to be the biggest coward that I've ever seen or heard of. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Trucker Lorna says, he made it that way, being not smart, period. Yes. Trucker Lorna says, this guy's in complete denial. He sure is. War Chief says, irresponsible coward. And says, I really hope she divorced him and took her girl with her.
Us too.
I can't imagine how she could possibly respect him or trust him.
Put them in some dangerous situations.
Yeah.
To where these predators, these man-eaters were watching his child every night.
I hope they move back to a well-populated city.
Yeah, and stay away from anything to where he can get them into dangerous situations again.
I couldn't even find anything to joke about with this one. This one aggravated me so.
Yeah, that's me too.
But we needed to show it, and so you could clearly see why we picked that one.
And you understand what we said. This made us upset just watching this. We was doing something else, and we stop and just yell at the TV. What are you doing? Oh my goodness!
Putting his family in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Okay, we're going to go ahead and say a prayer. Lord, we pray for this man's family.
Mm-hmm.
We pray for you to open his eyes too. And he said you got to have an open mind. Lord, close his mind. Open his eyes. Open his ears. Give him some form of intelligence. Because now he's also got a young baby. Lord, we pray that the 23,000 people that have watched this don't take his terrible example and his terrible advice and copy it. We pray for the people that moved into that place next. Pray your protection over them. We pray that any trauma that happened to the wife, to the unborn baby, and to the daughter, that you heal that and remove that so that they're healthy and strong. And Lord, you do what you want to with their marriage, but they deserve a good protector. Lord, stop all these people that this Mel and Barb Shoop and all these people that are giving terrible advice, Lord. They just don't know what they're doing. Please help us, and we know that this is our mission, to try to get this news out there. It's not to be fear mongers. It's not to, you know this, Father. We're doing what you're leading us to do, to prepare people for what's coming and what's already here, and there's more of it, and it's amping up, Lord. Help us to get people ready and prepared, spiritually prepared. Thank you, Father. Thank you for this platform. And just help us get the word out, Lord. We are so badly outnumbered. And may these people also know about you, because if they understand you and if they have a strong prayer life and if they get into their Bible, they're going to know that you're not supposed to be communicating with these things, that these things are not from you or of you, and they will stop turning these things into their gods and their idols. We love you, Lord. Thank you so much. In Jesus' name, in the name of your Son, Yeshua, amen.
Let's go ahead and finish these up.
Okay. Did below Trucker Lornas. Irresponsible cowards was War Chief. We all said that. We said that one.
Oh, okay.
Did that one. Okay. War Chief says, men, now y'all know how not to treat your wife and children. Absolutely. And Everyone
Tracker
else is
Lawrence
singing.
says, everyone have a blessed night. Artie Dixon says amen. War Chief says amen. Tracker Lawrence says amen. And JR says amen. And we're going to play the outro. And it's like in the outro where he says, my father knows what to do. This guy doesn't know what to do. He does the exact opposite of how this song goes.
Yeah, listen to the lyrics closely on this one.
And you're supposed to be telling your parents that they're seeing these things or they're around. And this guy is saying, well, we're going to give you rules instead of taking care of the problem. So everyone have a great night, and
don't forget to like and sub and share
and
our
I don't know
videos. Look at how outnumbered we are.
I don't know if Holly is still here, but we do know that there was some cold weather up her area, snow. And we hope that you're staying warm. You, Tracker Lorna, all the Shadow Tracker JA, Shadow Tracker 888,
Shadow Tracker J is also
Shadow Tracker
cold.
J, up there in that code. And I know Holly or Mama Bear was talking about some snow geese heading north that way.
Yeah.
So everyone have a good night, and trackers talk to trackers, and we'll get back with y'all soon. Hopefully we can get some, we got 2 or 3 that kind of go with this. But it may just irritate y'all as much as it irritates us. But we'll get, let's see, watching Wednesdays. So we'll see y'all again very soon.
God bless and good rest.
Footsteps walking when I do, I hear the sound, but see nothing as I look around. I see many eyes shining, following everywhere I go. Every time I look in the dark, they're looking at me. A foul smell in the air as people walk around without a care. Shadows in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there is nothing there. A blur passes by, but what do I see? Only that who calls my name from the forest, the same as my father do. My hair stands up on the back of my neck. I feel sick and dizzy now, disoriented, spinning around. A large wolf on 2 feet follows me, lurking and smirking from tree to tree, whistling for me to look as a clawed hand waves. My body tries to tremble, but I'm staying brave. Something sways back and forth, I look away. I remember my mother always told me that when I hear and see this in the woods or around town, I am to sound the alarm, but let others know predator Bigfoots are hunting, and I should go and let her know. My father knows what to do as he calls to other men too. Mothers find their children and let them know to stay close. Stay in the house and pull the shades down. Hold your breath and don't make a sound. On from the teaser before the predator Bigfoots are back and hungry for more. Man and woman form lines to clear the land. The brushes beat as townspeople walk from the street to the wood line, moving slow into the woods now, making no putting us all in danger. The shoes of a stranger are seen. Someone has been feeding predator Bigfoots near our family's home. Trees bowed and pulled down, sharpened spikes placed in the ground as the forest goes quiet. Not a bird, cricket, or frog. The trees are still, the forest has a chill. Weapons now ready as all know, the sign that predator Bigfoots are around. Now it's a trap as he slaps on a tree. A whoop over there and a breath next to me. Now whoops everywhere behind every tree. A raven's call, but that's not all. Coyote sounds, how his broken branches are heard. A baby's cry, I hear a hoot, and an owl flies by a call for help. Then the sound of a scream, like a dream will come to the reality of now. Predator Bigfoots all around. They didn't make a sound till now. We all know, put the sight at his head to slow their charge. People run from fear as others stand clear, calm in their aim as the ground is now stained. The forest now quiet as only few walk away. Now we look for the one who gifted the predators our town.